The Spurs wave guard Cameron Payne, who they acquired in a trade from the Suns this offseason, he'll now get a chance to join a contending team that'll give him a bigger role. And the Rangers rolled the Blue Jays 10-4, and they can series that series tonight on San Antonio Sports Star starting at 5:30.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left-hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
How about them Cowboys?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
That is Rudy J. I am Rob Thompson. This is R&R in the morning. The Easy E on the other side of the double pane. Hope everybody is ready to attack the day.
It's Tuesday, right?
As far as I can tell.
I think so. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, Monday nights. It's going to be, I got to get back into football swing.
Especially when it's a good game. Like, Sunday night, Cowboys, I was like, oh, I don't have to watch all this. I can go to bed. But last night, really, really good game.
Yeah.
Interesting storylines. Great catches.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Good game. And thank you, Aaron. Before you left, you got the
Yeah, you got.
I walked in here today and ESPN's on. I'm like, okay, the deal got done. Thank you, Aaron.
He did so many things on his way out.
Yeah.
I mean, he turned ESPN back on. He alone brought ESPN back on the spectrum.
I have to give him that.
He carried the flag in like Captain America into the middle.
Yeah, he did.
And there it went. And we're going to talk about the Jets. The biggest letdowns. It was extraordinary. It was an extraordinary moment in sports last night. Just unbelievable. And I am so glad I am not a Jet fan today.
Yeah, I got to hear Greeny today.
Oh, man.
There's videos on his Instagram. Greeny was not okay last night.
I can't even fathom. And I've been racking my brain to try to come up with an equal scenario. And this is in my sporting lifetime, in my 57 years on the planet. I can't come up with another time or instance like this.
Not to start.
Not just right out 4 plays.
Not to start. Not to start. No, I can't think of anything like this. I'm trying hard, too.
The ripple effect to the Jets. Yes, Jet fan is miserable. The NFL has scheduled numerous primetime games that now will include the Zach Wilson-led 13-point-a-game Jet team.
Hey, they got 22 last night, but that's because they got 4 turnovers.
Yeah, they won't have the Pied Piper of interceptions, Josh Allen, every week. So the NFL is like, when can we start the flex?
Yeah, they got the Chiefs.
Oh, we have
Dallas
committed
this week.
So the letdown there.
Will it be a letdown?
Oh, well, it feels very much like those Buddy Ryan,
they had a great
Hollywood
Sanchez, year, right?
The dirty Sanchez butt fumble era, because that defense is that good.
Oh no, Josh Allen helps.
It does, and we'll find out over the coming weeks.
We're going to talk about Josh Allen.
Whether how much of this was Allen, which about 90% obvious, but how much of this was truly that Jet defense. They're intimidating, tough.
No, they're dogs.
It's a different kind of defense than the Cowboys. Just as effective, but different. Is that a safe?
That's fair.
Yeah. Speaking of, we'll talk about the best player on the most phenomenal team in the entire world.
Relax.
Wait.
Relax.
40-0.
Relax, Micah
Can I say 40-0?
Yeah, you can say that.
40-0.
Yeah, Micah Senior.
Until we play another game, it's 40-0, baby. Micah says his boys had the best performance of the weekend, and I believe him. We'll talk a lot about that. There's a ranking at 6:45. I want you to put on. There's a study out there that says 80% of us eat fast food once a week. 80? Well, 79%. And I'm talking about the traditional fast food that we all the signs.
I believe that.
79% of us, and
this is America, right?
The traditional belief has been that the rich folks, they're sitting down and they're having cloth napkins, and it's the poor folks that are driving through and getting the Taco Bells, and
right.
That's not the case.
No.
It does not matter economic strata. It does not matter if you like fast food. If you're down and you're one of the 80%, we're all the same. We eat it equally as much. Rich, poor. So there's rich folks. They eat, and those are those folks in front of us that every now and then pay for our lunch.
I've never had that happen.
It's never happened to me either, but one day.
Have you ever done it?
I have paid it forward one time in my life. I don't know. I think.
You know what? Oh, I did not, but I did. I was at a Verizon getting my, something happened to my phone. I don't know. I had dropped it or something, and I was going to, take advantage of the insurance. And a guy walks up to me and says, "Here." And me and my wife look at each other and we're like, "What the hell?" He hands me $100. "God bless you." And I said,
"Thank you."
Yeah, I said that. First of all, thank you.
Wow.
I was like, "Are you serious, man?" He was like, "Yeah, God bless you."
Did he run because the cops were coming?
And I know.
Put that in your pocket.
Well, when I walked out, I put it to the light. I put it to the sunlight. Like, yo, is this
and then
real?
I washed my hands after that.
And then I went and broke it at Valero.
That's never. And now I have gifted like $50 worth of beer soaked tickets at the end of Fiesta. Does that count?
That counts.
That counts, right?
That's paying it for. Like when you're leaving,
you're
hand
stumbling out and you hand a handful of beer soaked tickets to somebody.
That is very San Antonian of you.
Let's see, that's as good as anything else. In fact, I think that's even
better.
More so.
And then there was the one time the lady in Stone Oak, I held the door for her. I guess it had been a while, and she proceeded to pay for my gas because I held the door for her.
Well, but gentlemanly.
I was like, damn, has it been that long?
Well, that normally I get looked at like, why? Yeah. Hey, Vince, next time you're going to Starbucks, call me. I'll be right behind you.
You know what? It came in my mind? Starbucks.
PSL, man.
Women will wait at Starbucks, but will not go get gas.
Oh, truth.
You know what I mean? They will wait at Starbucks for 30, 40 minutes. But I get in my wife's car and the damn light is on. I'm like, but you were at Starbucks. We don't do Starbucks anymore. We have like two local. Yeah, we got two local spots by the house. But I'm like, you'll wait in line at Cajun Coffee for 30 minutes, but you can't go get gas.
So yesterday, I'm glad you brought this up.
Are you gonna blame me? Okay.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not mad at you.
Okay, go ahead.
So yesterday, my wife is she goes, I'm gonna go run some errands. It's late in the evening. I'll be back. So she goes running around and she does whatever. She's only gone about 45 minutes. So she comes back. We go take care of stuff, and I have to go back out to her car later.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a still cold PSL pumpkin spice latte sitting in her.
She got her a PSL.
She went up and got one and didn't bring one back. And then deliberately left it in the cup holder so I would never know.
Oh, she was sneaking.
She was sneaking, and there was about a quarter left on the bottom. It was still cold, but she realized or knew from the get-go. And I had to go back out to the car, and I found it.
What did you address it?
We did address the fact that she had gone and had a delicious and wonderful PSL, which I could have every day of the year, and I don't care your thoughts.
Yeah, dude.
I know it's. I know.
Do you, brother?
I carry them with me. They're not in a box. My wife lets me come out with my man stuff, but I do like. I like myself a frothy cold PSL, and she went and had one
while she was
without me.
Now I ain't gonna lie. I've enjoyed a burger or two without the family in the car.
That's very different.
And then throwing the wrapper away. And then come home like, I'm starving, babe. What'd you make? Like, you have to see, this is Big Rudy stuff. Like, Big Rudy would get a burger on the way home. And then, my wife's like, well, what do you want to eat? I know you're hungry. I know you haven't eaten all day. Then you have to eat again. So then you end up 315 pounds because you're eating burgers on the way home that no one knows about. And your wife can't
figure out why you keep putting on weight. Honey, we're eating salads. Right. I don't know what's going on.
Those secret burgers without the family catch up.
Why your car always smell like Whataburger? Yeah. I can't figure that out.
I'm discarding the trash before I get home. I'm destroying the evidence.
Hey,
and then I got to eat again.
We could have our own podcast. Two former fat guys discuss how you hide it from the fam.
Dude. I'm starving, babe. No, I'm actually not. I just had a little
snack on the way home.
A little $2 burger.
I just walked into the Quick Trip, and those sandwiches smell good. I had to try one just for my.
Stop that, but
then I had it yesterday. What used to get me was the $2 cheeseburgers at McDonald's.
Yeah, those $2
Oh,
cheeseburgers.
you
they
roll
add
through.
up.
You can knock down 3
what
cheeseburgers
I'm saying.
in like 6 bites.
But see, the thing was, I had to have cash because if I put
Oh,
on
yeah.
the card, I'm always like, when are you going to McDonald's 5 times this week?
Well, all I'd have to say to my wife, PSL, baby.
Yeah. Oh, did you tell her? You said you really did. She didn't bring you one.
I told her like how
dare you?
how could
That's
you?
like watching a Netflix show that we're watching together without
Truth,
me.
like
That's cheating.
It's the same thing
if
when you
you're
turn
a
it on.
PSLer, that's cheating.
It's true. It's like me turning on Netflix and I can see the next episode. The line's red all the way across the bottom, and I know.
Yeah.
You cheated. You jumped the gun.
Watch again? Like, what do you mean watch again?
I don't know. I don't want to watch it again with you.
Yeah, I know. And when I was at Cowboy Camp, she was like, "Are you cheating on me with suits?" I'm like, "No, I've thought about it, babe, but I didn't."
See, yeah, I'll lie. Like, no, babe.
Because see, on
She's
someone
caught
else's
onto
account,
that.
it won't show.
No, but she's caught onto it too.
Because when you're playing Candy Crush, not paying attention, she's like, "You already watched this."
No, see, the good news is I'm always
Yeah.
but yeah, that's the giveaway. The bar on the bottom.
I can't believe Kelly did that though.
I have reached desperate straits here, and I think we need to employ our listeners.
Okay, what's that?
We have on many occasions sent tacos to Mike McCarthy on Fridays. After wins. And you keep in mind, he joins us every Friday morning. And we like to feed the team, or at least the quarterback room, because that's his first meeting on Friday mornings is with his quarterback.
I think it's his only room now.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And we, over the last 3 years, we have used a restaurant up there in Allen, Texas, that is either closed or my guy, I don't know. I can't find anybody. And finding a taco shop in North Dallas that is ready to deliver.
Maybe you should do Frisco. Look
well,
up
Frisco, Dallas, I have. North Dallas, Frisco. I've looked at Plano, and there's a couple that are out there, but by the Yelp reviews, it's a little sketch. And keep in mind, whoever I reach out to is going to have to be a very trusting individual, because we're going to do most of our business over the phone. And then I'm going to ask them to package up a bunch of tacos and go through the myriad of security that is the Frisco Star about 4 a.m. in the morning on a Friday. It is not the easiest gauntlet to go through. And I found a cat a couple of years ago that was more than willing to do it. During COVID, during the lockdown, he was a trooper, and he fought his way through you can imagine what the security is like at a professional football franchise. So,
and Dak likes the tacos. Jason Minnick found out. So
this is something that has been, we've even gotten the Danucci wearing the t-shirt on TV over the years. Right. Well, I'm desperately looking for a new taco place. So if anybody listening has any idea of a restaurant in North Dallas that will deliver breakfast tacos early on Friday mornings, reach out. We'll find a way. Use our Kielbasa smoke link, 656-3776-656-ESP and reach out. That way, let me know, because I'm looking for something desperately. We got tacos to deliver on Friday morning. And as of right now, well, it is hard to find, Ms. Becky. You're right. Finding tacos in North Dallas is hard. That's why I'm asking for your help.
But the thing is,
crowdsourcing.
Those guys don't know.
Well, they might. They might have this might be a cuñado kind of thing. Got a brother-in-law.
They don't know what's a good or bad taco. Well, whatever we give them,
that's true.
Whatever we give them is going to work.
You know what, Rudy? That is such a valid point. Bill Miller's not.
There's no Bill Miller up there.
I wish there was.
There ain't one up there. And that's too
even if there was Bill's, I gotta have somebody deliver it.
Right.
So I need a provider and a deliverer to deliver tacos this Friday morning at approximately 6 to 6:15 in the morning. Which would mean, this is a big ask, but we're willing to pay. It's not worth asking for free. They're going to get some pubs. So if anybody listening has any idea, knows the area, knows of a joint, knows of a place that's willing, and we don't want to food poison our Cowboys, all right?
Yeah. Can you imagine, Rob? Can you imagine that the entire quarterback room was down because of some tacos they had Friday?
Which is a legitimate concern.
Well, our show would blow up.
Well, let me tell you.
I'll take one.
Well, let me tell you, again, if for real, but
yeah, seriously.
I did this the first time during the lockdown as a kind of a joke for McCarthy. And I just got on the phone and happenstance got lucky, found this restaurant and talked to this guy who was more than willing to give it a shot to a guy on the phone.
Because he was a Cowboy diehard.
He was a diehard Cowboy.
Yeah,
like, dang, I'm in. But he was like, can I trust you, dude? You know, like, is this real or am I being punked? And I talked him into going. And he went and delivered, and everything went fine. So a couple of weeks into this, back in 2020, I don't know why I felt the need, but I wanted to take this to the next level. And I was like, okay, Kat, can you send, instead of just your typical bacon and egg, I want you to go Sotex on this. So do you have some tripas? I want some of that. And I want barbacoa. Can you do that? Can you do that? I want you to send some real South Texas breakfast tacos. So he put it on, he goes, well, I don't do tripas, but I can, I'll bring in some chorizo, some stuff I don't normally do. And he was talking about his kitchen that he cooks for his taco place. And I said, well, can you send something extra? Like, do you have any like horchata or anything like that? We can really kind of kick this up and say this is from South Texas. And he goes, yeah, dude, I got all that stuff. I'm a gas station.
And this is Volcan, right?
Yeah. And I was like,
it's like our Laredo.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. The ones that are, it's what, those 7-Elevens? I don't know.
The stripes or the QTs.
Whatever.
And I thought I had been dealing with like a true, like,
you thought you were dealing
I call them RMRs.
Brick and mortar.
I call them RMRs, a random Mexican food restaurant.
Right.
I thought I was dealing with an RMR. And he's like, no, dude, I'm a gas station.
So you're delivering the most popular, the most expensive franchise in all of sports. You're taking them gas station tacos.
It's like, you're a gas station. Like, are you like a legitimate kitchen? He's like, oh no, man, yeah. Well,
no, they got to pass inspection.
He sent me pictures, and it was originally a taco place that they grew into a gas station too. So you could tell it had turned into this little industry there in Allen. I was like, you're a gas station. Are you just cooking this in a microwave on the back? What are these?
No, it's legit.
No, it was legit. We never.
I like
food
gas
poisoning.
station food. I guess another fat guy problem.
Programmer, ship them overnight, but I have to have somebody to hand deliver the tacos. I can't just give some tacos to a FedEx dude.
Right. No. They won't make it.
We're getting suggestions, but what I need is not only the restaurant,
but someone to take them.
And both are equally important in this. In fact, the second half is probably more important than the first half.
Oh, but without a doubt.
Yeah, so I need to get her there.
Who cares what kind of taco it is?
So if anybody knows, has Maverick fans,
serious inquiries only.
Please. And I'm not calling your brother to say, I'll cook them at home and take them. I need a legitimate restaurant that will be open, because I know there's a lot of people like, I'll cook them.
Yeah, somebody's brother with the cat rocking around on the counter. Nah, bro. Nah.
But
I can't have
that. I can't have them delivered in sandwich bags.
Cat hair and Dax bacon and egg.
We can't have it delivered in that cleared Tupperware that you're supposed to bring back. No, we can't do that. We need real restaurants.
Yeah, man. We all had that one lady at Nationwide. We didn't touch her food, like at the potluck, because they're like, no. Sharon doesn't wash her hands, Rudy. You're like, okay.
Is potlucks at restaurant at work still a thing? I think
COVID,
that's probably dead.
No, because of COVID.
That's
a
good thing. I'm glad that's over. Because that was always horrifying. Because I always believed, and I know we are running late, Edwin.
No, we got to get out of here.
When you have the potluck, you have to stand by the food you brought.
Yeah, because if not, I'm not eating it. I was picky on my. I would only eat the stuff that people went and got from somewhere, but the stuff that you brought from home, I don't know you from a can of paint.
I mean, I have to really know you.
Yeah.
So at potlucks, even at church, I got to the point like you have to stand.
Then you ain't even trusting the Lord's food. Damn, Rob.
Rudy.
No, I know.
We've all been, and when you with your mom and say, she looks at you like, don't eat that.
Yeah.
Don't eat that one. That's Miss Jenkins.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't eat that. That's probably cat food.
Agreed.
Just keep moving on down the line. Let's get past the cat food and talk some sports. Micah speaks. Aaron is down. And what on earth is the NFL to do? And when you go drive through you can go drive through for some fast food. Where do you pick? We have the top 5 fast food restaurants in our great nation as voted by the general public, like folks just like you. You'll recognize all the restaurants. You might not be surprised at 1, but you will be at 2. That's all this hour. Don't go nowhere. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I only endorse one book. It is BetUS. I have been doing that business with them for years. When I say business, it is a relationship. It is a very trust-bound relationship, you and your book. You better trust them, and if you don't, why would you go? They've been in business for 30 years, my friends, and to celebrate this year, they offer in what's called Bet Protect. I've never seen anything like this, and it's awesome. 30 risk-free bets, up to 30 risk-free bets that you have to play with on top of the 125% sign-up bonus. You know what that means? People keep asking me, what does that mean? You deposit, I'm just going to say 500. You know what 125% is? That's 500 plus. I was going to do 25%. I don't know the math. I don't need to know the math. 125% just for signing up today. 30 risk-free bets. That's what BetUS does for you and has for me. Call them right now. 1-800-MY-BET-US. 1-800-692-3887. 1-800-692-3887. That is BetUS.com. There's plays tonight. Get on there and play with their money and win. And when you do, it's in your account as soon as you can. And if you're bringing crypto, there's even more money. And if you like to play the blackjack and the casino games, 250% sign-up bonus. That's today if you'll call them. 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's BetUS. It's my book. Make them yours. It's where the game begins.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem, and it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRR.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
WeatherGuard, the name that stands for unmatched security in truck boxes, is now making a name for itself on the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series circuit. WeatherGuard is the official sponsor of the safety and security work crews at Speedway Motorsports tracks across the country. Engineered to meet the demands from job sites to race sites, WeatherGuard truck boxes feature double welded seams, weather-tight seals, and high security latches and locks. If it's a job worth doing, it's a job worth WeatherGuard. Learn more at weatherguard.com/truck.
Football is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, has you covered. New customers can bet $5 on football and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, all customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every game day this September. New customers, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use the code ROME, R-O-M-E, bet just $5, and take home $200 instantly in bonus bets. That's code ROME only on DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be present in state where lawful to wager. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. See dkng.co/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions to apply.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable, fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
What should we do with the broke propeller? What should we do with the broke propeller? Don't look at me, I wasn't driving. Thank you, you're not helping. I don't even know why you bought this boat. You told me that you loved this boat. That was before you wrecked the boat. Well, now you've made it awkward.
Accidents don't just happen in sea shanties, so Progressive Boat Insurance has you covered. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms and not available for all boats or in all situations.
The Jim Rome Show.
Hey, Jim Rome here, and back in the military city of San Antonio.
Weekdays at noon on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's R&R here on the Star. Welcome to Tuesday. Get your ass up, get busy. We were all up late watching that game.
Good game.
Is East Rutherford, New Jersey, an Indian burial ground? Something go on underneath that stadium? It hadn't gone
Only
well.
when the Jets are playing.
Or the Giants the night
before.
before.
At least the Giants have done something, kind of. They've been in the playoffs.
Well,
like the Jets, it's been awful.
That 24 hours was nothing to write home about for quarterbacks.
No, it wasn't. But, Micah did say Daniel Jones is not a bad quarterback, Rob.
No, he is not. He was under duress. He just happened to go against what Micah called the best performance of the weekend. He was a busy man.
Yeah, he was.
Number 2 takeaway, we have a chance to have the most dominant defensive line I think the league has seen in a long time. I know.
But sure?
If we learn to keep gelling, keep getting better week in, week out, oh man, Cowboys Nation, you better buckle up and get ready because this is going to the Super Bowl.
What?
Oh, Micah, a man and his mic.
Oh, my God.
Be careful of sitting in there. You get that, we call it the Bayless effect. You start sprouting some stuff you probably shouldn't start saying.
It's, I get it because I'm a firm believer in speaking things in existence. I'm a firm believer in manifestation. It took me a long time to become a believer. But like me saying, Rudy, you are going to save $5 a week versus me saying we're going to have the best defense ever and we're going to the Super Bowl when I still see his manifestations include other people having to cooperate, meaning his teammates and meaning other teams that he has to face on the way to Las Vegas.
Well, that's not manifesting. Man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? My goals and way I'm trying to speak in existence just depends on me. That's it. But this isn't new. Micah, he's an outspoken cat.
Well, here's the worry.
What's the worry?
A man and his microphone. No, I believe him.
Oh, you do?
No, I believe that he believes it. You know what I mean?
Okay, I got you.
I don't want to go any further than that. And this is just the beginning is what I'm looking at. on the broad scope this is Micah on his podcast. We're going to get this weekly.
Yeah, it's like on Bleacher Report, right?
This is Micah's new gig.
It sounds like he's in a room with no padding.
Well, it sounds like he's sitting in his closet.
Yeah.
And you get in these confessional rooms.
And you get to talk.
And you start getting comfortable. And you don't realize what you're saying and how you're saying.
Remember who you are and who you play for.
Right. So
there's about 100, 200 shows using this today.
As a talk radio host, I'm excited about this.
I love it. Keep talking.
As a Dallas Cowboy fan, I'm not so much.
You should be.
No, I'd like to hear from Micah, but he's going to be picking fights. The good news is
the only people
he's our best guy to do it.
Right. He can back it up. But the only, the good thing is, Rob, that he has the ability to back it up. Right?
Yeah.
And two, he's not the only person saying this.
No. But
there's talk show hosts, TV hosts.
You're right.
That believe the same thing.
There's this line of demarcation, though, that you have to be very careful of. That players, and this is I think we face this in a lot of instances, that there is the player perspective, there is the fan perspective, and then there is the media's perspective. And they are three very different perspectives. And what happens with players who start to cross the line and blur it, it inevitably leads to these gray areas where, like, dude, you get the Draymond situation where right after a playoff game, you're spouting things without people being able to ask you questions. You're saying things, and it becomes this beast.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Is Nick Bosa, Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, and Fletcher Cox sitting around actually trying to use this?
I'm not. No,
I
you're
don't
right.
consider it locker room material. Do we or do we?
No, locker room does matter. It does.
I mean, Tom Brady and Michael. I mean, but again, think about who I'm talking about. Not everybody's wired that way, but there's some players that'll be like, you know what, y'all heard what Michael said, you know, in their pregame speech.
No, it does matter. Now, it only matters up until the first snap. After that, it don't matter. But up until kickoff or first time you're hit, that's your plan. But no, but that's the least of my worries. It's you're going to have a guy that's going to have free reign on a mic that I promise you within a month is going to go to the point where I have a feeling his coach, his general manager, are going to have a talk.
No way.
Maybe we will wish that they
better
had.
not muzzle Michael.
Well, it's not about it. Well, actually, it is.
It is.
No, you're right.
Micah.
It actually is. Like, dude.
You know what? I think that's the name of the segment, muzzling Micah.
You know where I'm going, though? You see where I hear this and I think
keep in mind on
he's been
Twitter,
kind of tweeter, kind of some things you're like,
he
dude.
tweeted about some politics, had to walk it back. Now, where did you rank the Cowboys' performance this
Best
weekend?
in the league, 40-0. I was on our brand new War Room show last night with the boys. Which is really kind of fun. Commercial 3, an hour straight of football, kind of a kick around session, and 40-0 in the NFL. I can't remember that. That's a generational thing. I mean, when was the last time you watched an NFL game that didn't include the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that was 40-0?
It's been a while.
I can't think of one.
I'm sure there's one. My memory's awful, but no, nothing like that. Not 3 turnovers and 7 sacks
and rain and all that be damned.
Mike McCarthy said it was the highest percentage of pressure that he's had in his entire career. 75% of Daniel Jones' dropbacks was under pressure.
The likes of which we've not seen before. And Aaron Rodgers went down in 4 snaps, and they were coming for him. Next week would have not been easy for those New York Jets. Aaron is down. What are they going to do now? The ramifications, what he did before, what happens next. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets is coming. You got thoughts, reach out, 656-3776-656-ESPN. You can type, you can call. Either way, reach out. We'll be right back looking at the NFL and talking Aaron Rodgers. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we got a lot more Cowboys football to talk about. We'll react to the Jets. How did Aaron Rodgers look? Plus, Shireen Williams joins us at 5:15.
And we will talk Texans with the great Indy Kalu at 3:30. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm not exaggerating when I say this. QC Kinetics can change your life.
You can live again without that chronic joint pain and without drugs or surgery. Hey, it's James Pledger with 941 San Antonio Sports Star, and QC Kinetics is advanced regenerative medicine. They take your body's own concentrated healing properties and put them right back into your joints to restore and repair that damaged tissue that's causing you all of that horrible pain. The patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. Finally, a real alternative to the old ways of dealing with pain. And unlike surgery, there's no downtime with QC treatments. If you have a constant pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or back, you need to call and get a free consultation. Imagine this fall, moving around pain-free, doing the things you love again, walking, hiking, golfing, playing with the grandkids. Call QC Kinetics and see how the latest advances in precision regenerative medicine can attack the pain and bring you lasting relief. Now is the best time to get started. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
2 times the healthy blood pressure support? That's a number to rave about. Thanks to Superbeats Heart Chew's unique 2X ingredient that helps promote normal blood pressure nearly 2 times more effectively than diet and exercise alone. Superbeats is America's #1 selling beet brand and the only #1 cardiologist, doctor, and pharmacist recommended beet brand for heart health support. A clinical study showed that the key ingredient in Superbeats Heart Chews is nearly 2 times more effective at supporting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone. And they're part of a brand with over 60,000 5-star ratings and reviews. So double your potential with a special offer exclusively for radio listeners. Get a free 30-day supply of Superbeats Heart Chews and 15% off your first order at getsuperbeats.com with code RADIO. That's a free 30-day supply and 15% off for radio listeners only at getsuperbeets.com, code RADIO.
All right, team. Apps on the table by 7:30 sharp.
Jalen and his catering company have a lot on their plate.
Really particular.
He needs a bigger team to continue climbing up the food chain.
Got this event. Hey, Mitch, was that contract for 200 or 250 people?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Every piece of land has a story. Some right there is behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor, like the Upshaws.
This is my tractor Penny. It's all about attention to detail.
But the Nelsons love cruising around their expansive Montana ranch in their John Deere Gator UV.
We've been here since 1868.
Well, the Caggianos drive a John Deere zero-turn mower to keep their Long Island brewery looking sharp.
Don't call me, don't bother me. I'm going out to mow for a couple hours.
Run with us and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Yeah, whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. $9 in a combo. Single item at regular price.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. These programs, which the credit card companies like to keep secret, exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering tremendous savings and real debt relief. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. They've helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. So don't wait. Get the relief you need during these hard economic times. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call 800-652-5656. 800-652-5656. That's 800-652-5656.
It was the ideal marriage. Little did I know I was married to a man who had done something so horrible that it would devastate our lives forever.
Teacher of the Year is now charged with sex crimes.
Now streaming on Hulu.
He was living a double life.
The shocking story behind a #1 true crime podcast, Betrayal.
Prostitutes, escorts. He even cheated on me the week of our wedding.
Betrayal, the perfect husband.
He had a lot of fantasies.
Now streaming only on Hulu.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about two things: the one-of-a-kind wood-fired flavor of a Traeger Ironwood XL grill and football. That's right, Desmond Howard. Get fired up for the game in just a tap with Traeger's intuitive touchscreen. Then throw on your favorites and monitor the grill from anywhere with Wi-Fi technology. So you spend less time staring at the grill, which means more time for football. For football. Upgrade your Saturday with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Top of the morning to all.
I'm sure you're having a better morning than the New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers. We're going to talk a lot about it. Clarence Hill's going to be here in about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, he just texted 7 or 7:30. I was like 7, bro.
7, man. Set your alarm. At least he's up.
Yeah, he is.
He's a newspaper guy. Those guys
been up.
They got
I don't
deadlines.
think they've been to sleep since Sunday night.
I don't even know where to begin with this because it's unprecedented. I cannot remember
not this
anything like this.
Not with somebody like Aaron, not with the hype that surrounded it. He's been a topic. You know, you got to really, this started before he even got traded to the Jets. You know, like this has been a thing since they took Jordan Love. So this is something building up since they drafted Jordan Love all the way up until last night. And then you get 4 plays. And it sucks for him because, I mean, even when you talk to Tom Brady, when you listen to Peyton Manning, both guys who are Hall of Famers, won Super Bowls, gone to a new place, and they know what it feels like to get that rejuvenation. And they both saw that in Aaron, only for it to end in 4 plays.
He was carrying the United States flag on a Remembrance Day. That was electric. I mean, what an intro.
But the thing is, though, Rob, in those 4 plays, if that was a sample size of what was to come,
he's in trouble.
That offensive line was as bad as he said. I mean, he was 4 plays, Rob, and he was running for his life already.
Did you see who their starting center is?
Was it me?
Connor McGovern.
Center? That was, then again, I remember when Aaron called the offensive line out and Robert Saleh was like, yeah, Aaron's right. You saw it in that sample size. Now, Zach ended up getting the win, but yeah, they weren't going to be able to do nothing with Mike in them.
If that's what it was, Connor McGovern. I'm sorry, but
okay,
I saw his name out there like, holy crap. But yeah, it didn't look good. It didn't look, it was the worst case scenario in every instance. It looked like that line was as bad. But the very fact when we saw him go down and the look over to the sideline, when he knew it was over, Saleh knew.
You saw it. You could tell. He saw it because even if you've never had that, you heard other athletes tell you this is what you feel. It feels like someone kicked you in the back of the leg, and then you feel that thing rolling up the back of your leg. And that look that Aaron gave the sideline, then rolled on his back and looked to the sky like, are you serious? You kind of knew.
My gosh. Okay, so first of all,
I'm
the
not
Jets,
even an Aaron guy, but I felt bad for him.
Let's rapid fire this. Without him, what are the Jets?
9-8.
9-8. And that's because this defense.
Or is it 8-9? Somewhere in there.
Legend.
And that's because of the defense. Yeah. If Zach, who knows? Maybe Zach's ready now. I don't know.
Okay.
They win that game last night. That was a big game.
Okay, well, we'll get into why they won that game. Because there's other things going on with Buffalo.
Yeah,
that Buffalo might be the next mess.
I think they're a 500 team. But I know you can't be 500 because there's an odd number of games, but you get where I'm coming from. 8-9, 9-8.
So the NFL had how many primetime games do they have scheduled in the future?
5 more. 4 more.
4 more games that are currently scheduled. who knows what would happen late in the season when the flex season started to hit if they were truly Super Bowl bound.
Their next one is going to be against the Chiefs on Sunday night, October 1st.
Well, the Cowboys at 3:30, that's a big deal.
It's not,
but it's not the
prime
7
time.
p.m. and it's not Thursday night. So the NFL is going to have to adjust.
Not if they win, Rob. What if they win? If they keep winning, they're a draw. They are.
No, they're not. They're not. I mean, I'd love to see it, but you know, let me tell you, you're going to tune in primetime Amazon Thursday night for a 20-13 Jets.
Okay, so
slugfest.
Let's look at it. You're not going to start flexing until later on in the season, right? So there's nothing really there for them to flex. I mean, you got that Cleveland game at 7:15 on Prime, but that's on a Thursday. You're not flexing that. So, you know, they got two Prime Video games and one ESPN game against the Chargers on November 5th. And that's on Monday night.
How much money was bet on the Jets to win the Super Bowl?
A lot.
That Vegas is just
tucking
your money in their pocket. No.
I know, I'm kidding.
You know what I mean? Can I get that's it? If Bet Protect
30 risk-free bets, baby. That's why you should have signed up.
I'm telling you,
tell
you had the opportunity. BetUS.com. I'm just saying.
Right.
Okay, so that's the other part of this. I mean, the Jets and the poor Jets, the football landscape today is no different than it was at the end of last season. The Jets are going to be the Jets again. So we're back to those that, and I know of at least two pundits that have picked the Jets to go to the Super Bowl. So suddenly the AFC gets a little bit more open.
Well,
I'm not saying they were good enough, but if Aaron could have lived up to even a percentage of the hype, and that defense is what we expected.
Absolutely.
After what I saw with Kansas City, they're one injury away. Everybody is, as the Jets are now done. They were Super Bowl contenders, and now they're not. That's over.
What, you don't got, there's no Brock Purdy and Zach? There's no.
Well, that's the real question.
I mean, maybe Zach turns the corner. Maybe the game slows down.
Is he going to be like Luke Skywalker and Aaron Rodgers is dead Yoda?
I mean, if Garrett Wilson is going to catch passes like that, anybody could be good if Garrett Wilson's going to do that. And if Breece Hall, who Eli Manning is like, dude, he ain't in shape. Breece Hall should have scored, but my man didn't practice. He ran out of gas. He ran out of gas.
In fact, he was headed to the end zone, then he started running toward the sideline.
I just found it funny, Eli Manning, the captain of dad bods, calling somebody out of shape. But Breece got ran down.
So
but
you watched that feed. I didn't watch that feed.
No, I flip back and forth. I can't watch Peyton and Eli the whole time.
That's the benefit of cable. And congratulations. That's another thing that Aaron Rodgers
Shout out
did.
To Aaron for the Spectrum
Aaron
folk.
Rodgers gave you the game last night, all you Spectrum buyers. He gave it. It was Aaron Rodgers alone. Trust me.
No, it was. They're like, yo, we got to have this Monday night. That's 20 million people.
That went from ESPN to Disney.
Yeah.
To the Bob Iger desk calling the Spectrum folks like, y'all are going to fix this today.
Hey, man.
I didn't.
And they did it.
We are
about 5:30?
Yeah, it was like right at the deadline. The deal was done. And Aaron got it done. So before he exited stage left, if you like him or not, whether he wore yellow pants or not, he brought you that game because it would not have happened.
Now let's, we got to get out of here. But the elephant in the room, and it's got Dumbo ears, is Josh Allen.
We're gonna get there.
It's good to not be played for the It's good to not play for the Cowboys sometime, because if Dak opens the season like that, the world's on fire.
It is good to be from Buffalo. You have the support of the mafia. He's in their family. We got more to talk about. If you're going to get some lunch today, where would you drive through? We have the top 5 ranked fast food restaurants according to folks just like us, and Clarence Hill's just around the corner. Hold on, there's more to do. You're on R&R. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Sunday, it's the Cowboys and Jets at 2:30 p.m.
Deep down the right side. Oh, it's caught at the 45, 40, Pollard, 20, 10, Pollard. Good night, nurse.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Do you love wings but think they're not spicy enough? Well, Twin Peaks is launching a new wing sauce that is just for you, you hot little devil. Have your wings sauced and tossed in the new hottest sauce. That's the hottest wing sauce yet. Can you handle the heat? Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Now's the time to get a great deal on Kubota construction equipment, featuring durable Kubota engines, more comfort, more productivity, more get it done right. The Kubota construction lineup shows up ready to work every day. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 36 months. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Experience first-class service at Mercedes-Benz of San Antonio. Shop incredible offers on a large inventory of new and slightly pre-owned Mercedes-Benz, like newly stocked certified 2023 C300 sedans at only $49,991. Plus, see our available low interest rates at mbofsa.com. That's newly stocked certified 2023 C300s for just $49,991. Experience the Mercedes-Benz of San Antonio difference today on San Pedro Avenue. For complete offer details, visit mbofsa.com.
Imagine getting an impressive cash offer on your home and then selling it for more. Yeah, that happens all the time with Orchard. Getting paid more than you thought is Orchard's goal, even in this market. It's simple. Orchard sells homes faster and for more money, with the majority of homes selling in under 30 days. That's right, under 30 days. And Orchard handles everything, including paint, repair, list, and showing your home. And they'll make your listing stand out with price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost to you. And here's my favorite part. You just relax as Orchard and their expert agents do all of the work, bringing buyers to you by prepping and promoting your home. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Let Orchard help maximize your sale price. Look, with so many companies trying to lowball you, Orchard works hard to get you top dollar. Want to sell your home for more? Learn how to maximize your sale price and get a free valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-627-3604. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-627-3604. That's 800-627-3604. What do you have to lose? Call 800-627-3604. Again, 800-627-3604.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
It's football season, and what goes better with football than beer, wine, liquor, and cigars? That's right, Texas Cheer Liquor, 9 different locations. Check them all out at TexasCheerLiquor.com, where it's not just cheers, it's Texas Cheer.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Of course, Cowboys talk continues after that 40-0 win over the Giants. Shereen Williams joins us at 5:15. We'll talk Texans with the great Indy Kalua. The Blitz starts at 2. Hey, Rudy, feeling better about those Bears yet?
Violence.
Wow.
You know, this is the Bears are low-hanging fruit. Like, you can't talk about a team that I talk about more.
I will say, though, Rudy, that was desperately awful.
Look,
he went backwards. He's worse.
Yeah, Edwin, how many times on this show did I say, I don't think they should have traded the first pick. I think they should have just kept the pick and had him and Bryce Young compete. I said that a lot of times. And I saw all the pundits. Keep in mind, when ESPN is doing this, they have a lot of money in ESPN Chicago. So there's an agenda to make the Bears good. Like, everybody wants the Bears to be good. It's not the Cowboys.
No, you're right. It's a national brand.
Brand.
They need to be better.
So everybody's like, oh, I think he's going to make the next step. And he might, but I'm I'm not. He got to sell me. He's got to show me. You got to win 4 or 5 games in a row. You got to turn it on. You got to be something. Like, even though Lamar Jackson hasn't won a title, or Josh Allen, who we're going to discuss, you can see things that say, okay, I don't see that with Justin. I don't. So, yeah, no, things hasn't gotten better. Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
It was worse. He looked awful. Looked awful.
Yeah, it looked bad. And he's scared to pull the trigger. It looks awful. So, no, I don't. I don't feel any better, Jason.
No, it's going to be a long
I feel the same way
season.
I felt since 1986, the year after the Super Bowl.
The Green Bay still has the Bears mortgage. It's still
Dude,
there.
It don't matter the
It was
quarterback.
willed down to
could be
Jordan
Matt
Love.
Flynn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't matter.
Doesn't matter. 30 years of ownership. It does not matter. Hey, Clarence Hill's coming around the corner. We're still talking burgers. Where do you stop when you go? We'll tell you the top 5. Number 1, the Arches we know. Wait till you hear what number 2 is. And
I've had no idea. They sell more coffee than Starbucks.
I'm not surprised a bit. Or should we be?
Is McDonald's coffee good? I don't get coffee at McDonald's.
You know what? In my memory, as long as it's a PSL. We'll be right back. This is R&R, your San Antonio Sports Star.
BetUS.com. It is the only sports book and casino that Rob and I endorse. That's right. And they're celebrating their 30th year of sports betting services. Did you have some money on the Jets? Well, if you did, you're probably going to lose. So you're probably going to need to take advantage of those up to 30 risk-free bets from BetUS. Also, if you're new and you haven't signed up, which is crazy, you need to sign up now and get that 125% sign-up bonus and a massive 200% crypto sign-up bonus and a 250% casino bonus. But the most exciting thing about BetUS.com is the live in-game betting. Don't wait. Take advantage of this 30th year offer with up to 30 risk-free bets. Get started today by visiting BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's 1-800-6923887 to learn all about their bonuses and their special offers. That's 1-800-MY-BET-US, the sportsbook and casino where the game begins.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Happy 62nd birthday, Granddad.
Thanks, sweetheart.
I got you this.
A mug. Oh, thank you. What does it say? Beware. If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of hospitalization from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes, the IRS has greenlighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship and is now accessible through Tax Help USA. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, levies, audits, are already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. For this free information, call 800-948-9401. 800-948-9401. That's 800-948-9401.
I just turned 40 and life is busier than ever. My daughter is heading off to college next year. We're in the process of renovating our kitchen. And with my brother leaving town, I'm checking on my parents more often. It wasn't until my best friend suddenly lost her husband, and seeing that firsthand made me realize how important life insurance is. So I asked her who she worked with, and she told me SelectQuote. I called SelectQuote the next day, and a licensed insurance agent found me a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $16 a month. With coverage and a price like that, I finally have peace of mind, even amidst the craziness of life.
Whether you need a $100,000 policy or a $10 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance at 1-800-656-9393. That's 1-800-656-9393. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-656-9393. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Everything that you'd ever seen with Miranda Lambert on it, I have my finger on the pulse of what it is. Idlewind, I've seen every article of clothing. I've spent hours and hours sending inspirations. I've sent clothes that I love and fabrics, and I'm involved in every single garment that you see. It's important to me that it is an extension of my music, and it's an extension of who I am. I always want it to stay as honest as my music. Idlewind at Boot Barn.
O'Reilly. Protect your engine against sludge and wear with a synthetic oil change. O'Reilly Auto Parts has 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $35.95. Plus, get a $5 O reward to use on a future purchase. Our professional parts people can also recommend all the supplies you need for your next oil change. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Missions Baseball is back tonight at Wolf Stadium. It's AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Gates open at 6 p.m. First pitch at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets. We are San Antonio.
Anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
When you or someone you know is going through the process of being accused of a crime, you need a team to help you protect your innocence. Who better to fight for you than former prosecutors, now defense lawyers, that know the justice system? The LaHood Norton Law Group will defend your freedom. When you choose us, you choose honest, aggressive, trusting, expert, and fearless representation. If you need help, you need the LaHood Norton Law Group on your side.
Joe Reinagel here. I want to tell you about something that has completely changed my life. I had vision correction surgery at Parkhurst New Vision. The results are amazing. The readers are a thing of the past. Hey, if you're like me and tired of those glasses, call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020. They offer a variety of services like vision correction surgery. So call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020, or get them online at sanantoniolasik.com.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line, touchdown Vegas, what a wild finish!
Your home for the NFL. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Aaron Rodgers era came to a complete halt last night as what they fear is an Achilles injury. According to his head coach, Robert Saleh, quote, "It's not good." The San Antonio Spurs wave guard Cameron Payne is going to give him a chance to join a contender and give him a bigger role. But up next, we're going to be joined by Clarence Hill of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram to talk Micah, Dak, McCarthy, and more. R&R in the morning gets going right now.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Normally the other way in transition to the
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's R&R in the morning, but we're just the hosts. You know what I mean? When we talk football, we reach out to the very best, and it's time for Clarence Hill of Fort Worth Star-Telegram to stop by for his weekly morning. Clarence, how's everything up there?
What's up, guys? How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, man. Talk to us, man. I mean, you've been covering this team for a long time. I don't know. Have you ever seen a 40-0 in your time covering the team?
You know, that was the biggest, most lopsided opening victory in franchise history. So no, I've never seen it. Cowboys never seen it. What a performance! What a shutout! I mean, that's the biggest shutout in franchise history. They've never beat anybody season opener through any game that big by that type of margin in a shutout victory. So kudos to the Cowboys. What a way to get this season started.
Now, they gave Minnesota a field goal last year, but it felt the same. But Minnesota managed to get a field goal. Remember last year, what was it, 41-3, something like that?
There's no doubt. You know, that was dominant, and this is equally as dominant. But, you know, the difference, but last year, at least the offense contributed. I mean, this was a complete, you know, just mastery on defense and special teams, and offense just don't get in the way, don't mess it up, which was great. I was trying to think over the weekend because you saw with Pittsburgh, with the 49ers beat Pittsburgh. I still think the Cowboys' victory was most impressive because Pittsburgh was not a playoff team last year. Okay, you can say what you want. Yes, going to Pittsburgh did what they did. They were not a playoff team, and then Pittsburgh did score 7 points. What Dallas did to a Giants team that was a playoff team, that won a playoff game, that improved their team, gave their quarterback $40 million, added one of the best tight ends in football, tried to improve the offensive line, really had hope for taking the next step, for them to just smother them and step on their necks. And I compared it in a column today to Star-Telegram. It was like the red wedding from the Game of Thrones.
Yes, I was going to bring it up.
Bloodbath.
That was, by the way, Clarence, respect. What a great analogy it was. It was perfect reference for what was the red wedding. Now, what's the attitude around the building? I don't know. Sometimes the beating is so bad, it's not good for anybody. You know, that you walk away going, well, everything worked. And I don't like that. I'd like to have some kind of trial and tribulation. They're still ready for the Jets. Now they got Aaron Rodgers down. You wonder what the attitude is going to be around the Star as they get busy for a game that appears, at least right now, to be a bit of a letdown.
Okay, I'm just going. Just like the Longhorns, just like the Aggies, they ain't won enough to get high on their horse.
Okay.
Just like the Longhorns who beat Alabama, you know, the Cowboys still got 20 years of frustration. Okay, they have, you feel good about the win, feel good about what you're doing. Hopefully, it's a step forward, but you have no reason to act like you've done anything. And how many times have the Cowboys and the Longhorns, I'm sure we'll get to at some point, done something thinking that, okay, they've arrived, and get slapped back down and get disappointed in the end. So, I mean, I think this team is hardened, especially after the losses in the playoffs last year. You know, they've been 13-3 before. They've had great records. They've been 12-5, and it didn't end in nothing. So, yes, they feel good about their win. They feel good about this defense. They think this defense has championship caliber. But they know that this is just the beginning. This is part of the journey. They've already put that away. And we talked to Mike McCarthy yesterday and said everybody was sleeping on the plane. They got back at 5 a.m, and they're back to work getting ready for the Jets. Now, that, of course, you know, when we talked to Mike yesterday, we thought that they were going to be playing a Jets team and fired up to play a Jets team that had Aaron Rodgers. You know, another showdown with Mike McCarthy, another showdown with Rodgers, who has vexed the Cowboys over the years. But 4 plays into this great Packers career, not Packers career, but Jets career, he's done.
Done and done.
So how is Micah's outspokenness accepted amongst the staff? I know the players don't mind, Clarence. You know, the players, it is what it is, that Micah's their leader. They're going to roll with it. But he's doing his he's doing his podcast. I won't say little. I don't want to demean it, but he's doing his podcast now. And he had a lot to say yesterday. They had the best performance. This could be a dominant defense on the way to the Super Bowl. How is Micah's outspokenness received amongst the entire organization?
As long as you can walk the walk after you talk the talk. And Micah Parsons has walked the walk since he's been here. You know, what are you going to tell Micah? You know, he works hard. He did his own thing in off season. You remember, you know, he practiced away from the team and got better. I mean, he single-handedly wrecked training camp. I've been covering the Cowboys since 1997. and I've watched every training camp practice by every player that's come through here since 1997. I've never seen a defender dominate training camp the way Michael Parsons dominated training camp this year. So yeah, they know they have a great player, and you have different rules, different things for great players. Let him do his podcast, but he's not saying anything that they don't believe in the building. They do believe they have a chance to have the best defense in the NFL. That's their goal. That's their hope. You know, they had one of the best pass rushers, not the best pass rushers in the NFL last year. They've only added to that, and now they're trying to show up their run defense. And the beautiful thing about that defense, as you saw Sunday, is the depth. Look at the waves that they got after the quarterback. Look at Wanye Thomas and Bell at safety. You still haven't had Donovan Wilson. You still don't have Jordan Lewis. The cornerback group duo, the addition of Stephon Gilmore. My God, you saw the way he played. You saw the way he ran routes with the receiver. You saw the way he makes plays on the ball. A former defensive player of the year. He still has it. I don't know how anybody lets this guy get away and not put him up. But the tandem of him and Diggs. Just think about last year when the Cowboys played Green Bay. Okay, and when they lost that game and everybody wants to blame Dak. But remember that secondary. You don't have Jordan Lewis. Okay, you don't have Anthony Brown goes down. Look who you were playing with in the secondary, and that was a struggle for the rest of the season. You know, that secondary without Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis hurt. You know, the depth of that secondary. Now look at the secondary. Now look at that cornerback position now with Trevon Diggs and Stephon Gilmore. I think is as good as any duo in the country. You add in Deron Bland, a rookie from last year, who led the team with interceptions, also got his first interception to go. The depth in that secondary, cornerback and safety, is as good as any in the league.
That is Clarence Hill. You can check his stuff in the Fort Worth Star Telegram every day. Great article today referring to the game and all that came out of it. A couple questions. You talked about the defense, and my gosh, it gives you a lot of leeway. There's a lot of being made of the new play calling style of McCarthy, whether it's safer or less Kellen Moore. Tell us about what you saw in the play calling, specifically relying on the defense to do some things that, quite frankly, your offense doesn't need to do anymore. Did we see more of that than we expected, or exactly what we wanted to see out of McCarthy's new West Coast style play calling on offense?
First of all, I don't think we saw anything Sunday night.
Okay, good
Cowboys,
point. Right.
The Cowboys were smart. Unlike last night when Aaron Rodgers gets hurt and Josh Allen continues to say, "Hey, I'm going to sling this ball down the field," and turns the ball over 4 times. You don't need to do that to beat the Jets. They weren't scoring. They weren't doing anything. And even more to the point, it's raining. They went to a wet ball plan. You know, they're going to be more conservative. They didn't even show half as what they practiced on offense because of the weather. You got the lead. You got the defense. Let's be smart. You know, don't turn the ball over. You know, so they didn't take out half their game plan of things they planned to do. But you did see some things. Certainly you saw the running game. You felt good about Tony Pollard. Certainly you saw the use of Kevontae Turpin as a goal line back. Who saw that?
I know.
155-pound Kevontae Turpin. But it's about setting people up for things they plan to do later, but also getting Turpin on the field and getting the ball in his hand and find a way to get the ball in his hand because they believe he's a playmaker. They want to be an explosive team. And you know, Dak talked about it. We have playmakers. We have guys who can make big plays. Don't force big plays. That's the philosophy. If there's a philosophy, is don't force big plays. Last night was an example of we're not going to force anything. We'll take what they give us. You know, you got Cooks who came in, didn't have a big night, but his impact. He had a 37-yard penalty, interference penalty. He drew a holding penalty. He drew a illegal contact penalty. All first downs because of his speed. You saw those types, and even at the end of the first half, when the Cowboys are up 26-0, I'm in the press box telling Calvin Watkins, just get out here. Don't try to do anything special.
Yeah.
Don't give them no momentum. Don't do nothing stupid.
Right.
Turnover, give them momentum. And Mike McCarthy called the time, but still aggressive. But he was calculated. He threw a deep pass up the sideline, not over the middle of it. We talked about, yes, we're going to be aggressive, but I didn't go for, he said, I didn't go 4 wide. You know, I'm going to try to take a shot because I want to score points. He calls it the the double with cheese. He likes to get a touchdown at the end of the first half and one coming out the second half. That's that double with cheese. And so he was trying to get a double with cheese, but he was smart about it. He wasn't greedy with it. But if it's there, it's there. If not, we're gonna go into the half with this 26. So it's about being smarter. Those are the things that I think at times with Kellen Moore as offensive coordinator last year, they weren't smart in certain situations with the lead. Certainly in the Jacksonville game, even going back to the Green Bay game, running the ball and doing some things that didn't use the clock. So Mike McCarthy's going to be smart about it. We didn't see a lot on offense. You're disappointed with the drops by the tight ends, because I think it would look a lot better. Dak's numbers look like better if the guy at least catches the wide open touchdown pass, he drops. And so some of those things they have to get better, but they do like the way the tight ends block the offensive line, which got killed in training camp last year. I mean, not last year.
This year.
Camp by the Cowboys defense. They didn't give up a sack.
You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna ask you that. Like y'all asked Mike yesterday about the tight end room, and he said he likes what's going on in the tight end room. What about the tight end room did he like? The blocking? Is that what we talking about? Because Dalton Schultz was catching double-digit touchdowns. So what is he liking about the tight end room that I'm missing?
I'm glad you admit. Dalton Schultz had 2 catches for 4 yards yesterday.
Oh, don't start. He got C.J. Stroud, Clarence. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What a rookie got to do with 2 catches for 4 yards? He had 2 catches for 4 yards.
Oh, come on, Clarence.
I'm just stating the fact. I'm just giving you the numbers. I mean, Ferguson had better numbers than that. What he likes about the tight end room, he says it's a young room. I like the competitiveness. I know they're going to work hard and get better. No one's happy with the drop passes, but they do like the blocking. That's one thing Jonathan Schultz didn't do. They want to run the ball. They need physical guys at tight end. They need to help the running game. That's what he likes. So yes, you're gonna put a feather in their cap for the way they blocked and helped in the run game. Certainly they have a chance. They need to be better as pass receivers, and they believe they have the players that will be better as pass receivers. So that's what he's talking about. But yeah, no one's happy with the four drop passes.
A couple things. Calvin Watkins gets a double-double at the end of every half.
No, you're talking about McCarthy.
Oh, McCarthy.
McCarthy.
I misunderstood.
Yeah, no, it was McCarthy.
Watkins getting a double-double too.
Funny thing when he talks about scoring at the end of the half, and then when you have the balls, that's why you defer. You want to score to going in, and then when you want to score coming out, that's called a double-double.
Double-double. I thought we were talking cheeseburger with Watkins. I was like, the guy's looking pretty good shape for eating double-doubles like that.
Yeah, I was talking to Calvin when he was sitting next to me at the game. I was telling him, be conservative and don't mess it up. And so I just bring it up that's my philosophy.
Gotcha. And it's hard for us to digest, and we'll stay with the hamburger idea of just taking the hand that you're dealt and just getting out of the room with a lead. You'll never go broke making a profit, and that's kind of what we saw happening. And let's look I'm trying to find the term that McCarthy has, the safety net that this defense provides. And getting into the manpower I'm watching on the defense, and another guy that's playing well, Wanye Thomas. When you look at teams that have ability to scout well, I'm watching Pickens with the Steelers, and I go, that's just another wide receiver that they scouted that's great, and they just know how to find him. What is it about the Cowboys, DQ, Will McClay, finding these safeties that are interchangeable, that can guard slot, that can be big, that can corner? There's probably 5 or 6 of these guys on the team. Is that a very specific Dan Quinn thing, or is that something you're seeing with the league?
No, I mean, I think that Dan Quinn is Will McClay. They know what they're looking for. Certainly, they know the type of player they're looking for. I mean, Jaron Curse was a bust. Let's be honest. He didn't do it. He looked in his other previous stops in Green Bay and Detroit and other places. Jaron Curse looked nothing like the player that he's in Dallas. So certainly the Cowboys have a vision for what they're looking for.
A tweener.
When they signed Marquise Bell out of Florida A&M last year, they had a vision for him playing that type of role. They said, this is a guy with a safety. He also can do some linebacker things.
Yeah.
Because you understand that this is a defense that relies on safeties more than linebackers. They have their safeties down in the box and doing linebacker type things. That's one thing that DeMario Overshawn was going to do, even though he was a linebacker in Texas. He was a former safety, and they really liked his skill set and his body to do some of those safety linebacker things. Marquise Bell is doing some of the things that they had hoped for DeMarvion Overshawn. But yeah, and he was physical. He played the run, played the option play right in college, and he's physical. And Wanye Thomas, another guy, physical. He had a great training camp. It was really good. They were worried about having to cut one of those safeties, and actually they cut the linebacker. They cut the the kid. We talked about the kid out of LSU. Who has been
Jabril.
Jabril Cox to keep these safeties. Because they value these safeties and the impact they and the potential they had, and certainly the impact they made. I mean, they kept 6 safeties on the roster.
That's like keeping 5 power or small forwards on an NBA team.
But if they're versatile and interchangeable and do some other things, they always talk about versatility and be able to do more than one thing, and these guys can do more than one thing, but also can make plays. I mean, Donovan Wilson got the big contract. You know what type of player he is. They're not missing with Bill and Wanye Thomas out there to go with Curse and Malik Hooker. I mean, those, and just think this, it is. They were talking after the game. Some of the players were talking about after the game. Wait till we get Bell back. And, here's a guy who has a nose for the football, a nose for turnovers. Wait till you get Jordan Lewis back, and you to add to what you have in the secondary.
Now, as Stephen A. and Club Shay Shay and your boy Keyshawn and Michael Irvin, are they going to get on Josh Allen like they would ride Dak if he had 4 turnovers?
I don't know, and I know Emmanuel Acho was trying to play both ends. Like, Cowboy fans wouldn't do that. If you watched him on Twitter last night, Cowboy fans have a point. You were part of the problem too, sir. Your show did the same thing, sir. You were part of the problem, and my thing is like I try to tell y'all in camp. We have this talk, and I'm not excusing Dak's turnovers, and I know that there were he needed to improve. But people had lost their minds about Dak's turnovers and did not have the same attitude toward other people with turnovers. Whether it was the guy who led the league in turnovers last year or the year before, the focus on Dak's turnovers has been something that I've never seen before. And Josh Allen is a case in point. Josh Allen has led the league in turnovers since 2018. Josh Allen has actually had more turnovers in terms of fumbles and interceptions than Dak Prescott last year. But we never saw daily referendums on ESPN about Josh Allen's turnover problem. It was only Dak.
It feels like
it got to the point that it has Cowboy fans flummoxed that's all it does. How many times I come and encounter Cowboy fans and all they bring, Dak needs to quit turning the ball over. Like, he don't really turn the ball over like that. It's a narrative that it shouldn't be.
For me, when you watch Allen last night, it was reckless, just downright. You're just reckless. You don't give a damn. You're just slinging it. I never have felt like that about Dak. Not once did I ever feel like Dak was just outright reckless. I think the narrative was we'd rather have reckless than inept. Like, at least Allen's trying to make a play and he's trying to thread the needle and it looks awful. But we'll rectify that, the Brett Favre syndrome. But we'd rather have a Dak Prescott who's, making the appropriate throw, just not appropriately well, or the route's not run appropriately to the throw, whatever the case may be. That seems to stick in our mind far more than the reckless, just sling it deep and hope for a play stuff that Allen's trying.
Yeah, he was that reckless. Now, there were times last year when he was trying to make a play. That's why I emphasized early on that's been the focus. Don't force big plays. Let the plays come to you. You have big player. This team has more team speed than they've had at any point in a long time. You got players that can make big plays. You get the ball in their hands, which is why they, again, Turpin and Cooks and CD and they got players that can make plays and Tony Pollard. Just get the ball in their hands. Don't force anything. Don't force big plays that you don't have to do. There was one play that we talked yesterday that Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator, talked about the play to the tight end in the end zone, the back of the end zone, that almost got picked, and he was like, and he fell off. That was a play that he probably would want to have back. But outside of that, there was nothing else that you would question on the decision on the throw that Dak made yesterday or Sunday. Excuse me.
And another thing you brought up, to kind of shift gears here, Clarence. You know what I said after Saturday, after 6 o'clock in Tuscaloosa? It's about damn time they beat somebody. You Texas. You're supposed to have a signature win once a year. I can't believe the Texas fans was throwing a parade on 6th Street for finally winning the big game.
Stop it, man.
What? Yes, thank you. He's been doing this for 2 days, man.
What?
Don't do this, man.
What you mean?
First of all, I was in T-Town.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was in Tuscaloosa. What a weekend. You don't even understand the weekend I had. But I was in Tuscaloosa Saturday night. And then I got on a plane that flew to New York and barely made it because there was rain in New York. They had a ground stop. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm not even going to make this game. But I was in T-Town. What an experience. What a college football scene. What a college football town. I've never seen that. And it was a special atmosphere. And I hear what you're saying. It's about time, but
right?
You still got to do it, and it hasn't been done, and it certainly hasn't been done to Alabama. Tell me when the last time Alabama lost at home to a non-conference opponent.
Been a while.
Show me how many former Saban assistants beat him at home, and tell me who does it by double digits. Okay, that was something to feel good about, sir. This is a team that 2 years ago, Sark's team had a lot of leads and blew them in the fourth quarter. Okay, Saturday night, as well as Texas has played, fourth quarter, they score a touchdown, Alabama takes the lead. There was some butts tight at all and everywhere else because of the history. Okay, here we go again. We're playing well, but now they're going to come get us. Going back to last year, they had the lead, they dominated the game. They lost in the fourth quarter. Texas dominated the fourth quarter. So much for 3 minutes left of the game. We're all on the sideline. Everybody chanting Alabama so mad. They dominated the fourth. Texas was a better team. They were the more physical team. They were the more athletic team. And really, if 2 drop touchdown passes earlier, it probably would have been even a bigger blowout. So, yeah, Texas should feel good. It's still just one game. It's still 2 games into the season. I didn't like the fact that they were smoking cigars in the locker room.
What? I didn't know that.
The championship. You didn't know that?
No.
Quinn Ewers smoking cigars in the locker room.
You ain't Joe Burrow. Calm down, Quinn.
Channel Joe Burrow. And, after he has a championship. But they enjoyed it. They moved on. You got
They better have moved on.
You enjoy it and move on, but yeah, they have a right to enjoy it, man.
Okay.
All the grief you guys have put on Texas. Texas is back. Oh, Texas is back. Texas ain't back. Texas ain't done nothing since back left. Texas.
No, they ain't.
Clarence is back, and he'll be back every Tuesday. Check all of his stuff at Fort Worth Star Telegram. Follow him on Twitter. If you're a Cowboy fan, you're already doing it, and if you're not, go ahead and jump on the boat. Hey, Clarence, thanks for stopping by, man. It's always a pleasure.
Hey, man, thank you, man. I want to say hi to all of my people in San Antonio. Every Tuesday, listen to me.
There we go. Clarence
right.
at home.
Yeah,
we bring him back. He comes
Appreciate
home
you,
easy. Yeah, I'm talking to all you folks dealing with some pain right now. Arasti providers are all around San Antonio here to fix you. You reach an age and you go, that hurts, and it's just going to hurt from now on. You know what? Pain, they are here to take care of you. Now, things you need to know about Arasti before you walk in the door. One, they accept most insurances. Until you never need a referral to go see an Arasti provider. So write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050. People ask me, why would I go to Arasti? Let me tell you something. For most of my adult life, I've had lower back issues. It was one of those things where the back would just seize up out of nowhere. I could never figure out why or what brought it on. I was told to go to Arasti for the first time 6 years ago. I walked in the door not knowing what to expect. And man, oh man, did they change my life. 4 visits later, I was back in the game. I want that for you. If you're dealing with pain, whether it be a frozen shoulder, bad back, maybe it's a strain or a sprain in the lower extremities, that can be helped tremendously by Arasti, but you won't know until you go. Call them today, 1-800-404-6050. Go to their website, Arasti.com. Head over to one of those providers that I know is less than 10 minutes from where you are right now. Find out at the website, Arasti.com. Get yourself fixed. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call Arasti today. Before you know it, I know you're going to be thanking me later. We got a lot to talk about in the second half of this hour. We're looking back on what Clarence had to say. Did the Cowboys rely too much on that defense? Is there going to be enough offense to go around? We don't even know because we didn't even see the game plan. We'll talk about Clarence and also look at the NBA as LeBron is putting together his group of, what was that movie?
Avengers.
No, all the old dudes got together. The Expendables are getting back together. We'll tell you what that means next. You're on R&R. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Sunday, it's the Cowboys and Jets at 2:30 p.m.
Deep down the right side. Oh, it's caught at the 45, 40, Pollard, 20, 10, Pollard. Good night, nurse.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The game always gets more exciting with the bet. You can take it to another level at betus.com with live in-game betting. Don't wait. Take advantage of their 30th year offer with up to 30 risk-free bets. That's right. Also, if you're just now getting signed up, which is crazy, I have no idea why not. Rob and I endorse it. You know it's legit. Rob's sitting on money from 2 years ago, just sitting there in his betus.com account, just gathering up money as he continues to stockpile it. But if you haven't signed up, Sign up now, get you a 125% sign-up bonus, plus also a possibility of a 200% crypto sign-up bonus and a 250% sign-up bonus. Check it all out yourself at betus.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's 1-800-69-23-887 to learn all about their bonus and special offers. That's 1-800-MY-BET-US. BetUS.com, the sportsbook and casino where the game begins.
License number 16934C. Hi, folks. Joe Reinagle here. You know, at Woods Comfort Systems, the heat is on. It's time to get that new energy-efficient AC system for your home. And there's no better time than today because you can take advantage of up to $3,700 in rebates and tax credits. Woods is going to throw in a free smart thermostat as well, a free 12-year parts and labor warranty, and a free MERV 11 media filter. Plus, you're going to get a free Solaris indoor air quality package to boot. Hey, the special's not going to last long, so give them a call now for details or to schedule your visit with one of Wood's home comfort advisors and take advantage of up to $3,700 in rebates and tax credits. Woods is going to throw in a free smart thermostat as well, but you have to call Woods Comfort Systems today to take advantage of this special offer. 512-842-5066, 512-842-5066, or visit them at woodscomfortsystems.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
And Twin Peaks is honoring the pursuit of brews and barrel-aged bourbon every Friday at our Bourbon and Brews party. Get to Twin Peaks Fridays from 5 to 7 p.m. to experience a lingerie costume party paired with exceptional bourbons, tastings, and giveaways. Cheers!
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1-month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam Club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Enjoy your gummies in comfort while you get your windows tinted with any one of our high-quality, fully guaranteed films to stop the blazing hot summer sun from burning up you and your car's interior. MothersWindowTint.com with stores in San Antonio and Austin. Follow us on Facebook. Add a professional layer of security to your car with our remote start car alarm combo. Make your car go thump, thump, thump. Mother thump with one of our subwoofers, stereos, backup cameras, name brands, and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mother's and save.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
I just turned 40 and life is busier than ever. My daughter is heading off to college next year. We're in the process of renovating our kitchen. And with my brother leaving town, I'm checking on my parents more often. It wasn't until my best friend suddenly lost her husband. And seeing that firsthand made me realize how important life insurance is. So I asked her who she worked with. And she told me SelectQuote. I called SelectQuote the next day, and a licensed insurance agent found me a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $16 a month. With coverage and a price like that, I finally have peace of mind, even amidst the craziness of life.
Whether you need a $100,000 policy or a $10 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance at 1-800-656-9393. That's 1-800-656-9393. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-656-9393. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 7 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
I'm all about winning. So when it has to do with winning, then it's part of our operation, our messaging, and our outlook.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, Joe Reinigal here. Coming up later on the Blitz, we're going to continue with Cowboys football talk. Shereen Williams will join us at 5:15. Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud had his first game. Indy Kalu joins us at 3:30. And how did Aaron Rodgers look in a Jets uniform? All of that and much more. Rudy, Bears to the Super Bowl?
Dude.
Wow, they're blowing you up, man.
That's all good. First of all, I don't even know who Joe's team is. When he got here, he said he was a Titans fan. Then he gets to Cowboy camp, and he's buying Cowboy gear and posting pictures in Cowboy hats and Cowboy shirts. I don't know who Joe's team is to make fun of them, other than the Cardinals. It's no fun making fun of the Cardinals. Making fun of the Cardinals is like making fun of the Bears. I mean, who makes fun of the teams that suck? So whatever, Joe. Whatever, Jason.
He's going to be a Titans fan here.
Now, I did see Jason beat Joe in bowling, and Jason bowled a 103. So what I'm finding is Joe bowled under 100. A grown man bowling under 100 is embarrassing.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, because I know I remember what happened the last time you went bowling. You threw your back out, didn't you? Or blew a hand?
No, it was a knee. I'm the guy that goes on IR after a bowling. So I can't even speak to it. Watching Aaron Rodgers go down, the Jets are screwed.
Are they? I'm not giving up on him yet, man. Don't give up on Zach yet. He got the Johnny Lawrence headband.
He's got
Mr. Lawrence. No mercy.
He's gonna have to channel Aaron Rodgers. They're gonna have to have two headsets.
They did say Saleh said they were gonna sign another quarterback more than likely. Who? Mike Glennon, the usual suspects. One of these guys that just sit around on the couch and get $1 million for nothing.
Big Head Darnold or pull Ryan out of the booth.
Well, Ryan. The joke running around Twitter and X last night was Tom Brady.
Oh, my God. Nah, because Kraft is trying to waive his 5-year.
He can't waive the 5 years. Look, I love Tom Brady, but we're not waiving the 5 years.
It's Tom Brady.
Knock it off.
This is different, man.
Knock it off.
It's TB12 time. I think San Francisco should chase a run. Go get the
Jets.
Go to Darnold, man. I mean, San Francisco should off-road Darnold.
San Fran kept him and not Trey Lance. They ain't giving him up.
I'm not saying it won't cost them.
Yeah.
Well, I was telling Rudy at the break that if you're the owner of the Jets, Woody Johnson, the Johnson & Johnson family, they got money forever. Even with that kind of money, you're looking at the Jets as kind of like a boat today. Like, are you kidding
Bust
me?
out another 1,000.
Are you kidding me? Like, all this, and now he's hurt. How much this cost me?
Well, I guess the glass half full is Breece Hall is back.
He did look good.
Which is shocking coming off of ACL.
And that's my point. I'm glad you brought him up, because the one thing that I know the Cowboys did bring out of the game, against the Giants was, at least for 2 series. They couldn't
shaky.
stop the run. And if I'm the Jets, that's all I got.
You nitpicking your guys, right?
I am
you
nitpicking. I am, but I did see something that if I was Dable, that I think if they decide to ever look at that tape, and they should burn it, but if they do decide to ever look back at that tape, they're going to look at their first 8 play calls and go, we got away from it because of the weather and the scoreboard and all that, but we were able to run. I know it was the quarterback. I know it, but right now, the Jets are going to have one thing to do, that's run the ball and keep that offense off the freaking field. Run the ball and let that defense do what it needs to do.
Right.
And that really was going to be the prescription to beat them with Aaron Rodgers, I believe. And now they're going to be forced to do it. So this isn't the best case scenario, I would say, for the Cowboys, apart from not having to face the guy that also owns your mortgage.
Fair.
So this isn't the best case scenario because you just brought it up. Breece Hall, we thought maybe in 3 months we would have seen that.
No, I didn't expect that. I fully expected it to be Dalvin Cook, but, they kind of sort of split carries, but Breece did more with his carries than Dalvin did. Cowboys win this game. It was going to be cool, but hell, Zach was running for his life against Buffalo. He has no chance against Micah in the game. Dallas wins, and they're at home. Dallas wins, so I'm down $20. I had a $20 bet on that game, and again, so yeah, I actually lost money on this game coming up too.
Hope you had Bet Protect.
Yeah,
from BetUS.com. The discrepancy now. I don't know how Cowboy fans going to handle this week.
What do you mean? How you handle
because
it?
Because the battered Cowboy syndrome.
No,
you're trying to find a problem.
You take the win.
Well, no, you try to find a problem.
Sometimes there isn't one. You
And
don't have
right
to be
now,
that way.
is there? Well, no. If you don't find a problem, what are you working on? I mean,
mindset.
See,
killer
that
mentality.
scares. We had Clarence. So if you missed anything, we'll be back.
Killer instinct. The greats like a Nick Saban will tell you. I don't know if I should be quoting Nick after a loss like that, but excellence is a way of life. Meaning no matter who you playing, you play with that. You play with that same level of excellence. Just because you had the sorry ass Giants and now you get the Zach Wilson Jets, your mentality still should be February, Las Vegas. Step on their throats, put them out of their misery. That should be the mentality. So that's what you're working on, having killer instinct, which is something that they've lacked since the 90s. So that's what you're working on. I'm just trying to answer your question. I know.
See, that's a nightmare scenario, man.
I know.
That's the kind of thing that you hear from teams the week before they lose.
They ain't losing to the Jets.
No, they're not. But
Wilson.
it's one of those. Well, we say that, but that's what you hear from teams.
Well, that one year
week before they
Sam
lose.
Darnold did kick their ass one year. Remember when they went up to the Jets and Sam Darnold just thrashed? Was that Sam Darnold?
It was.
Who was that? I don't remember who it was. But I don't know, but they thrashed them.
So when I hear, just maintain excellence and go out and, going against a wounded team and you had all that
Darnold.
kind of, it was big head.
Yeah. Jesus.
So, I'm not threatening loss, but I hate it when I hear this. You haven't done nothing. Yeah. You know why we keep bringing up Texas? Because how many times have we had these conversations?
Yeah, Clarence hurry up and said that. Like, they haven't done anything. I'm like, damn, man, y'all are really battered Cowboy syndrome is real. It's real.
Because there's a reason behind it. It's kind of like USA basketball and FIBA.
You know what, LeBron James? And I try. I swear, y'all. I swear I try to be nice to LeBron because I really think he's genuinely a good guy at heart. But sometimes he misses the boat and makes himself the center of attention when it's not even needed. Now, the Redeem Team, LeBron, was brought about when y'all lost the Olympics. You, D-Wade, Melo, AI, Tim Duncan, y'all guys, y'all lost the Olympics. It wasn't FIBA. Like, he's acting like he's coming to the rescue after the Olympics. You coming to the rescue after the FIBA fourth stringers got fourth place. Like, oh, I'm mad now. No, they're like, you're not gonna get this isn't a Redeem Team thing, LeBron. I see you working. I see you working, bro, but it's not the same thing. Y'all got embarrassed in 2004, okay? In the Olympics. We clearly didn't give a damn about the FIBAs. But no, LeBron is mad and he's tweeting and he's going to go get AD and KD. First of all, you need to keep AD ass on ice for the regular season and for the Lakers playoffs. He doesn't need to do anything extra. But it's just so LeBron being LeBron to act like he's going to come to the rescue after the FIBAs. I mean, no disrespect. But Halliburton and Mikal Bridges, I mean, like, let's say you just Devin Booker and a bunch of A1 guys. Yeah, then I get you put on the cape, LeBron. Send out the back signal. But I don't even know what you're going to look like next summer.
We're going to talk about Team USA, and the NBA is cracking down on missed games on national TV. We'll talk about the league coming up next. But first, I want to tell you about my good friends over at Twin Peaks. You know, it is football season. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but there are games just about every week. And to go along with all the games, they've got all the TVs that you need. If you happen to go see James Pledger over the weekend, the Twin Peaks hosted a fine gathering for the Cowboy game. They're going to be giving away Cowboys jerseys all season long. Make sure you talk to the staff at your favorite Twin Peaks, see when the next party comes along. That's why I love Twin Peaks. It's not only during football season are they the place to gather to watch every possible game on every possible screen, but to go along with it, you get all the food that you so desperately need from Twin Peaks coming out of that scratch kitchen. Daily specials, weekly parties, that's all part of what Twin Peaks does. There are 4 locations that you need to visit. Over on 151 on the west side, 151 and 410. Days of All and I-10, my home field. Park North, right there, 410, and Blanco, 281, you know where it is. And then the brand new one, the IKEA location over on the northeast side. Head over to Twin Peaks. The eats are always scratch-made and just waiting to be made when you walk in the door. The drinks made by mixologists. Hey, try one of their top-shelf bourbons. They know how to serve it. If you know what a big icy ball means, you know what I'm talking about. But why do we go? It is those beautiful scenic views. We're going to be right back talking NBA next. This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
No, we still got about 15
We still
minutes.
got 15 minutes? I thought we had another break. Don't we owe him another break? Oh.
No, remember it's just set 30 and 8.
Oh, I'm an hour late.
Yeah,
I'm an hour late. Let's talk about the league.
Yeah, let's talk about
it. The bat signal going up, I do think is silly.
It's like after the FIBAs, bro.
But you got to keep in mind, there's an alternate plan here.
What's the alternate plan?
It's a free month in Paris. It's a free month in Paris. Let's not kid ourselves about motive.
But Rob, they can
this
go to
ain't
Paris
going to
when
the
they
Philippines. He ain't hanging around in Manila. He's getting a free month in Paris.
But he can go anytime he wants, Rob.
It's free.
It's free.
Month,
okay, I got you.
And it will be the most exclusive, most fruity-tooty kind of Olympics we've ever had. You know what it looked like in Miami for F1? Wait till the Paris Olympics
with
come.
The fashion and all that.
Holy crap. Yes, he's going. And he's gathered together every one of his fashion icon dudes to go as well.
Do you want him if you're Steve Kerr?
Yes.
You want LeBron?
Absolutely. If I'm the league.
At 87 years old?
It don't matter. It don't matter. It doesn't mean he got to play a lot, but LeBron representing Team USA in Paris as his swan song. Yes, it's going to happen. And it's going to be Jordan-esque.
And you get Curry.
You're going to get all the guys.
KD.
This is going to be the most hyped Olympics. And this Team USA team will have everybody you ever dreamed of will be on this team. Everybody.
Jason Tatum, Devin Booker.
You name the guy. Now, because Steve Kerr can pull the break glass in case of emergency, we just took 4th place.
And we got to recruit Joel Embiid because he hasn't claimed citizen. He has French.
Then he has
France,
Cameroon, and Haitian. I think.
So they've been recruiting him because, as you saw in the FIBAs, Rob, our size is an issue.
So I think Steve Kerr now has the full right to break glass and pull the emergency lever. So we're going to get a Redeem Team-esque crew of guys that have been around. You were talking about.
What's up?
What was it? 04? 19 years ago? This same guy wants to go back. So,
and I mean, he did get a golden 8, 12, and 16. He has 3 goals.
but a free month in Paris. And here's the other part of this. As we get ready next year to send our guys off late summer to go play basketball, that following year after the Olympics is always rough for the teams that send their guys. I mean, they've spent an entire summer prepping and getting ready.
I wonder what Luka did a lot of playing this summer as well. You know, if I'm Mark Cuban, I'm worried, but it's just a part of the collective. Hell, we went through it. I don't feel sorry for anybody. We went through it with Manu. We went through the ringer with Manu going over there in 08 and coming back hurt. So I don't feel bad for anybody that has to deal with that because we saw it up front and close.
Well, we don't care. And now, if you don't play your guys, the NBA is talking about significant fines for the teams.
Yeah, I think they're looking at not. So this is basically, I don't know why the NBA don't just call a spade a spade. Call this the Clipper rule. This is the Clipper rule.
Pop rule.
No, what I'm saying is now they're saying you can't rest more than one guy a night. This is because of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are both out more than any duo that I can think of. And that's what this is about. Like, don't get me wrong. Of course, Pop was the one that famously started this.
But no, he has the reputation as the guy that started. But the fact is, it's the Clippers.
Yeah, this is the Clippers. And when Pop was doing it, people forget. Like, I hear you Pop haters. When Pop was doing it, this was 2012, 2013. They had been to 9,000 playoff games. Now they're doing it. Devin Booker's just resting. He's 25. You know what I mean? When Tim was doing it, he was in his late 30s, had been to 4 finals, played in 1 million playoff games. They had a reason to load manage. Now you're just load managing just to load manage. Like you're in your 20s being load managed. Like you're doing it wrong. and then you coming back and blaming my coach, Greg Popovich, when he had reason to do it. It was 5 games in 7 nights. It was all these back-to-backs. It had been in a lot of playoff games. It was different. This is just like, no, well, I got to rest my star, even though we're 30 games below 500. That's stupid.
This, according to Shams Charania of The Athletic, $100,000 fine to the team for the first violation, $250,000 for the second violation, and $1 million for any additional penalty when they do this. Now, some franchises could just eat it.
No biggie.
And
if
tell
you're Golden
players,
State, you go to say you resting Curry and Chris Paul. It's no big deal.
Next, sit guys down. Heck, we're making money. We don't care.
Right.
So this kind of builds in this competitive advantage disadvantage. Come play for us, and if we want to sit you hell, we'll pay the fine. Spurs ain't paying that fine.
No.
The Memphis ain't paying that fine. Milwaukee ain't paying that fine. They don't have the money to hit it more than 2 or 3 times. Now, if you tell me I got to pay $100K to rest my freak a night, I might come down.
But once I
bit.
get to $1 million, I'm out.
Yeah, I can't afford my peanut money. This is coming out of my pocket, not the team as an owner. This is coming away from me. So
agreed.
I think that builds in a competitive disadvantage. I get it. I mean, I don't like load management, but once you built in the mental health side of things, you can't argue anymore.
Like I get it. Like I feel like when I'm looking at a Steph Curry, I get it. Been around a long time, been to 6 finals or whatever it is, 1-4. Like there's been a lot of playoff games on those legs. There's certain guys where I'm okay with it. The thing I have a problem with is, again, the guy in his mid-20s that's only been to the playoffs twice.
What did you make of Steve Kerr saying that it's truly a global game and we shouldn't expect?
When not when you tend that team, I get it, but it's still embarrassing.
It is.
It's still embarrassing. And no matter how you slice it, let's just call a spade a spade. We're still supposed to win. Because I'll tell you this much, I guarantee you our U.S. men in a tournament setting won't beat the Germans. Our U.S. men's first team won't beat the Germans' third team in soccer in a tournament setting. I guarantee you that.
No.
So
it is I
don't want to hear it.
A bit more global. Right? Basketball's a bit more global, a little bit more competitive. And we can't compete with the Euros in soccer.
No.
I mean, Messi's doing this blindfolded.
Yeah, basketball is more global. I mean, again, 92. Shout out to the original Dream
real quick,
team.
Spurs gave us some news regarding Cam Payne, who had been picked up at the middle of the season. Yeah. But Cam Payne came to the Spurs. Looked like he could be a bench contributor. Maybe the first point guard off the bench if things played the way we thought. No, it's not going to happen.
Brian Wright, I'm not down with being third string and teaching guys how to eat on the road. Let me go. And they did.
So if you had Cam Payne on that list of 21 guys coming to camp to fill in that 15 slots or whatever, you can go ahead and erase him.
Right.
Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, the party just gets better. We're listening to the Micah Parsons talk on his brand new weekly podcast with Bleacher Report. Is that?
So check.
What's it called?
I don't know the name.
Micah speaks from the closet?
Yeah, he speaks from an empty closet with no padding.
And, of course, we're looking at the Aaron Rodgers situation. If you stayed up late, you saw
It's
the
the
ramification. It is the edge
Nice.
with Micah Parsons.
Nice.
I do like that. Well, Micah speaks from the edge next. Hang on. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Golf Club of Texas is exciting news for Texas football fans. Get ready to elevate your football experience like never before. Golf Club of Texas, obviously, great golf, taking care of the course. Lee Trevino design, link style, best rates at golfcluboftexas.com. But they're much more than just a golf course. Not country club, but definitely a country club feel. They want to let you know it's going to be your football headquarters this season. They're rolling out the red carpet for all Texas football teams, including NFL and college games. The doors will be open until 10 p.m. every night of the week. And the best part, they'll be staying open until the very end of the game, so don't miss a single touchdown or game-winning play, especially for you gamblers. Every now and then you might catch a bad beat, so you need to stick around and watch it because, one, they got great food, the best sit-down restaurant, great drinks, whether you're talking about beer, whether you're talking about wine, or whether you're talking about mixed drinks. Gather your friends and family because they've got comfortable seating, delicious day game grub, and a great selection of drinks to make football nights unforgettable. Don't forget, miss out on the electric atmosphere and the camaraderie that only football season brings. Join them at Golf Club of Texas, where every game day is a touchdown. Check it all out yourself at golfclubtexas.com, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
I love San Antonio, man. I love it.
On 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's Raymond and Austin. We're back on All-Star Sports Radio, celebrating their 30th year. Our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is offering a 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets.
It's called Bet Protect, the perfect offer for crazy plays, like the famous butt fumble. It's the GOAT of embarrassing plays.
Really, remember when you bet me you could do a live show with a GOAT as your co-host, and he face-kicked you?
Thankfully, I didn't take the under on that one.
Anyway, folks, get Bet Protect today, the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets. BetUS.com, where the game begins.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offer. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Back to school is on, and Staples has great prices on everything you need for your best year yet. Save on headphones and laptops. Save on notebooks, pens, and all the essentials. Priced low and still in stock. And right now at Staples, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are only 50 cents each. Plus, select notebooks are just 35 cents each. School on, save on at Staples, where school savings are always in session. Ends 9/16. In-store only, limit 30.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters, has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1-month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam Club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Make your car go thump, 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 mother thump with one of our subwoofers, stereos, backup cameras, name brands, and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mother's and save!
Lots of college teams have school traditions like Gig 'em. To get the word out about Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating, I suggest we institute the following Quarter Moon Yell. Plum 'em!
Plum 'em?
We've got a whole team of fully stocked trucks, and our customers are the best in Texas. I say Quarter Moon, you say Plum 'em. Quarter Moon!
Folks, at Quarter Moon, we have a spirited tradition of solving every home problem imaginable, from plumbing to air conditioning to heating. Call Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC, and Heating day or night, and we'll fix them.
License number M16004, DACLA 000744345E.
Announcing the newest addition to Mercedes-Benz of San Antonio, the brand new commercial van center featuring Sprinter vans. Our Sprinter sales and service center brings you affordable vans designed for any need. Get competitively priced options with any of our work vans, 15-passenger vans, and even conversion van. Plus, take advantage of our new mobile service van. When you're too busy to come to the dealership, we'll come to you. See Mercedes-Benz of San Antonio or visit sprintervansofsa.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now, participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Aggies. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Old people get hurt as the oldest active player, Aaron Rodgers, goes down as appears as a significant Achilles injury, according to his head coach. Also, the Spurs wave guard Cameron Payne. They said, hey, you know what? You're going to give me a chance to go with the contending team and have a bigger role in Texas game to game in the AL West standings after Houston fell to the A's 4-0.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up.
So wake me up, wake up. Rob Thompson.
Normally the other way in transition to the left-hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellence.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's R&R in the morning, a Tuesday edition. Get busy. Don't mind them brake lights. We'll get you where you're going. It's going to be a under 100-degree day, 2 days in a row.
Really?
It was
Is
almost
that confirmed?
I had some rain on my windshield this morning. I haven't been outside since, but there was even some sprinkles in the air.
I think that was a fox that tinkled on your window.
No, that was real rain. I rolled down the window, stuck my tongue out. I wanted to see if it was real. That's what we do at 3:45 in the morning.
Yeah,
when we're
you got to
driving
find ways to do things.
You hang your head out the window.
Yeah, today, high 96, 40% chance of rain. Tomorrow, high of 92, 75%. We're sitting at about 73% humidity.
Yeah, I can feel that. Micah's got a brand new podcast.
A brand new bag?
A brand new bag. It's called The Edge. He recorded it, sounds like, in his closet. I don't know. We've talked about it, but I'm still, what, 48 hours out? Not quite from what the Cowboys, the best opening performance they've ever had. And I think we're trying to put into words what we... Very rarely are your greatest aspirations realized, and when they are, you're kind of like the dog that caught something bigger than he ever thought he'd catch. Now what do I do? Now what do you do?
Do it again.
Do it again.
If you really about that life, do it again.
Micah, we the words legendary and historic have been thrown around. It was
let's hear from
Micah. This is from the dog's mouth. This is it.
Number 2 takeaway, we have a chance to have the most dominant defensive line I think the league has seen in a long time. I know.
You heard us all go,
We learn to keep gelling, keep getting better week in, week out. Oh, man. Cowboys Nation. You bears better buckle up and get ready.
So,
This is going to
are you
be Super
buckled?
Bowl.
I'm taking my seatbelt off. We're safely in the air. I'm gonna tell Micah this. In a long time, last time I checked, the team in your division that went to the Super Bowl had 4 guys with 10 sacks. So what long time is he talking about?
Would you rather have 4 guys with 10 or 6 guys with 8?
Get the hell out of here. The hell are you talking about? I'm just reminding Micah, because clearly, see, what Micah's suffering from is he's getting coached, and somebody told him, hey, man, if you're going to do this, you can't just come on here and talk. You got to come on here and give us something, because we get told the same thing.
Got to go bail us.
You got to go. You got to plant your flag, and you got to be controversial, and you got to start arguments. You got to start a conversation. Well, he started a conversation here, gosh darn it. And he's like, oh, the best defensive line in a long time. Excuse me, if not for a bogus defensive holding call, a team in your division just went to the Super Bowl with one of the best defensive lines we've seen in a long time.
I watched that team get carved up by Mac Jones in the second half.
You know what, Rob? I'm talking about last year, bro. All right, relax. Mac Jones, you think he carved him up?
I watched a little bit of that. Yeah. I mean, that game was over, and then it wasn't.
The thing is, it was a good game. Shout out to them. But he said, Rob, and you agreed they had the best performance in the NFC.
Yeah. Yes, it's the best performance by a defense I have seen in a decade. 40-0. 4 turnovers, a special teams touchdown, 2 blocked kicks. Dude, you can't do any more than they did.
I wanted rebuttal.
But so that's why all us Cowboy fans were kind of walking around with a goofy smile on our face, like, I don't know what to do.
I had a couple people hit me up like, I don't think you're going to be able to keep Rob calm
on
Monday.
I don't know what to do.
But you were subdued yesterday. You're a little bit more excited today.
Because
is it finally settled in that it's nothing to pick at?
I've watched one of those quarterbacks that's been living in my head for 10 years, 20 years, go down. I had him this week, and he's gone. This dude that has put us out of the playoffs twice.
Yeah. True that.
He's gone. I had a defense put together, even though we don't like saying it, a historic game. And they're not even fully healthy. They did it without their starting safety. There's better talent that didn't even play on a defense that 75% of the time was providing impact pressure on the quarterback on the other team.
You know what's funny, though? And Mike had talked about this on the podcast. Last year, when the Giants snuck in the playoffs, because that's what they did, snuck in and beat Minnesota, you know what everybody said? Dude, Philly fans, they're sorry. You know what I mean? And now that the Cowboys destroyed them, now we want to act like the Giants are this great team. That's a playoff team that won a game. But last year when Philly went through that team in the playoffs, Cowboy fans said, Philly didn't have to play nobody on their way. Oh, now they're great. Now Daniel Jones is a great quarterback. Now the performance has nothing to do with the Giants. You know what? Y'all are funny, including Micah. Y'all are funny. It's cool. I remember everything you said about the Giants last year, but now since you dismantled them, you want to make them better than what they really are. It's not a good football team. Dak has beat them 11 times in a row.
Yes.
Come on, what are we talking about?
Everything that you did say was kind of true. That they were a playoff team. Daboll was the coach of the year.
He was the new it boy. He was the new it boy for sure.
But we've also seen this degradation of Belichick boys in year 2. It happens everywhere that the Belichick boys in year 2 fall off the ledge. And here we go again. Go look at all the Belichick boys.
I didn't know he was. I don't think he's one of them. He's a Buffalo guy. Is he a Belichick boy?
Clone. He's of that tree.
Well, now Belichick got the Dolphins sued by texting the wrong Brian.
And it was talking the Daboll. He's a Belichick dude. Those guys fail in their second year. They just don't live up to it. I don't know why.
Weiss, Bill O'Brien. Vrabel's been okay. Vrabel's probably been the best of the Belichick boys.
But he's the original.
Oh, yeah. He was New England Patriots tight ends coach 13 to 16. Yeah, he's a Belichick
He's
boy.
a Belichick guy. And all these guys in year 2, for whatever reason, things fall apart. But that being said, that's a talented football team that got pantsed.
Are they talented? Are y'all really? Are we really?
Saquon,
are we really
Danny
calling them
Dimes.
talented?
Yes, they
Would you
are.
be saying this if this wasn't the Cowboys that destroyed them? I think y'all want to credit the Cowboy win a little bit more, and I'm giving them credit too. But let's not overrate the Giants so everybody won't, hate on the boys. I think there's some of that going on.
Cardinals 40-0.
No, it's a big deal. Shutouts are hard, especially in today's NFL. It's very hard.
And it was
tip your cap.
And the sad thing was, it was easy.
It was over in the second quarter.
It was easy, and nothing good comes from that. So forgive Cowboy fan if we walk around going, "Oh my God, we're great because we did that." But there's something nagging me after, and this might be the Hard Knocks love affair that I go through every year. The Jets ain't dead.
I don't think so.
And when
you got a defense like that, if you can get Zach Wilson to not turn the ball over and understand protecting of the ball, and they're able to run the ball. Hell, I saw Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan go to 2 AFC title games doing the exact same thing that they did last night.
And no team gets its comeuppance more than the Dallas Cowboys, except for maybe the Aggies. The moment Cowboy fan feels good about themselves, they get kicked in the nuts.
Rob,
it happens all the time.
I'm going to need you to clear your mind of all these negative thoughts. I'll lay down on my couch, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to just clear your mind of all negative. Like nothing that has happened before, Rob, has anything to do with what is happening right now, what's unfolding in front of our eyes. This is a brand new team with a brand new mindset. It has nothing to do with 2016. This is brand new. I need you to clear your mind of all murky negative thoughts.
I know that, but even the head coach says to
he does
slow your roll and maybe pump the brakes just a hair or two.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, can only talk about what we're experiencing internally. I think all those comparables are great, and I think you guys do a great job of investing time and energy into that. And
that was
they
a
have
shot.
to answer the questions too.
That was a shot.
But, those conversations are more for at the end of the journey, in my opinion. But this has been building. I mean, you've seen this defense has been building for 3 years. And now not only with the production now that we're having, but man, I'm really excited about the depth of our young guys. I mean, I think our young guys really stepped up, and it's fun to watch these guys get out there in week 1 and contribute. So not only we have a chance to be a great defense, but I think the depth is where it needs to be too. So, and as you know, we're going to need it. It's a long year. We've won 1 game. We're excited, but I'm not. I think you know me well enough. I'm not going to stand up here and talk about the greatest of anything right now. We're 1-0.
Or 1-0.
But see, that's his job. And it's a fine line to navigate when you're a coach, because while you want your team to be confident, you also have to keep them in the moment.
Right.
That's got to be. It's not. If it was easy, everybody would do it. It's tough to not. We heard Coach Traylor refused to let us compliment UTSA for the year they went undefeated or 12-1 or whatever it was. Rob would try, hey, Coach, it's Rob, don't do it. Don't do it.
Cheese.
See what I'm saying? So that's the road you got to navigate as a coach, being like, hey, be confident, but understand we're focused on the Jets.
Some teams are good at swag. Some teams carry swag well. Like, we're gonna kick your ass.
I agree.
We're coming to kick your ass, and they like that.
I think I would put the 49ers in that boat.
I think the 49ers like
they come out there with the boom box, and
Cowboys.
They know they're good, and they know they're on to something. I get that.
And
the 49ers are that
and
team.
It's not just pros, college teams. There's some teams.
I think Colorado's doing it right now for 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks.
They carry swag well, and it doesn't matter, coach. There's just some schools that are better at carrying swag forward, and then there are others that aren't.
No.
The Cowboys, I don't know if they're a swag forward team that they can roll in like, we don't give a damn, we're going to beat you.
I feel like the Micah-led Cowboys are.
He wants them to be.
I think this Micah-led, the way he leads and the way he goes about it, I don't know. It's just something about him. And that's why it's called it. I don't know what it is that Micah carries that, again, we heard Clarence tell us since 1997, he's never seen a player wreck training camp, like just ruined training camp for the offense, like just flat out ruined it. And then when you have that, along with him putting in the work, along with him backing it up, along with guys willing to follow, even the veterans, even the guys that have been there longer than him are like, hey man, this is Micah's world. you start to develop into that team that can, talk that talk and walk that walk.
It's interesting as we witnessed Micah destroy the Cowboy offensive line, and just
it was bad.
He was tossing Tyron around him. It was
bad.
It was to the point where they had to get him out so we can run a play or tell him to calm down. It was that bad, and we didn't know up until Sunday night whether it was, damn, this line's in trouble, or Micah is so good it doesn't matter the line.
Right.
And it turned out that Micah was so good it didn't matter the line, and the iron sharpens iron kind of thing was that offensive line came in more prepared because they had to deal with the likes of a D-Law running free because you were doubling and doing some stuff. So
Amen.
I think that made that line better, exponentially so.
Agreed.
So given that, I think there's some reasons to start carrying some swag forward. But I just don't know when your quarterback is Dak Prescott that you will ever have that kind of team.
Oh, my goodness. Did you just go there?
I'm just saying that there's nothing
You've been
wrong.
hanging out with Stephen A.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You can be Alabama. Alabama just rolls in. There's no swag to it.
No, they're just
roll
better.
in and
They're
beat
just better, yeah.
And they're better for having a quarterback that, like the Tuas and the Jalens who aren't grabbing headlines. They're going to grab it by play and not by say. And that's Dak. So I think that you can carry that, but some teams got to have that edge to them. Like, we're here to kick your ass. And I think San Francisco carried that into Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh carries that we're here to kick your ass kind of move. And they rolled in and just did it.
And did it well.
And kept, and the Cowboys kind of, we got you. We're going to ease off. In fact, we're not even, after the game, McCarthy made a point of telling everybody, we didn't even use our game plan, which is kind of backhanded swag.
It's swag because, why would I give you anything?
Right.
Why would I give the Jets any more of our plays? Like, it's a brand new playbook that nobody really knows what's going to come out of unless you go into the depths of the tape from my Green Bay days. But we don't know what you're going to call plays like, so why give anybody any tape and you don't have to?
But
I get it.
But McCarthy made a point of saying, the true strategy would have been, that's our offense. We ran it in the rain. But know what he say? You know what? It was raining. We had a lead. We threw that thing out, and we just,
he did the same thing.
Backhanded swag.
He did the same thing against the Commanders last year. Last game of the season, no play action, no guys in motion, and everybody's like, "Oh, we look so off." I'm like, "Did y'all really think that was a real game plan they rolled out? Are y'all kidding me?"
So that's backhanded swag. Like,
Right.
what? We're just going to back off a little bit.
Right.
We're not. We might talk about it afterwards. But that was another kick to the Jets. So you know what? We didn't even run our offense. We didn't even have to do it. We just used our rain plan.
Agreed.
That's not the true swag, but it is what we like. What do you think about this Cowboy team as we sit 40-0 with a legendary defense, the likes of which the Cowboys have never seen? Give us a call, 656-3776, or you want to type it, you can do that. That's what Jason did. Jason, welcome on to R&R.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Good, man. Thanks for waiting.
Lovely.
Hey, real quick, I just wanted to slow the train down a little bit. I'm a
Thank you.
fan supplanted here for the military and the Air Force, and here in San Antonio, listening to you guys on my way to work. I should probably be at work right now, but
We'll write you a note, man. It's cool.
So I just want to ask a question real quick, kind of like a rhetorical question. Doesn't have to be answered, but do we remember the last game that the Giants played prior to this one?
Yeah, it was Philly kicking their ass, wasn't it?
So, so they outgained them by double the yards, 5 sacks, 38-7. So I just want to throw that out there as maybe a train stopper to kind of remember that the NFC East still goes through Philly.
There it was.
Hey, you know what? I appreciate the phone call, Jason.
You're right.
Appreciate your service. He did say, "Hey, I'm a Philly fan, planning to hear from military." You're right.
You're right.
And now there's not a Cowboy fan listening that can debate you on that.
But I did watch your team play. Against an undermanned Belichick team.
Here you go. Here's Cowboys hanging, Jason.
Saying, I watched a Belichick coach, Mac Jones. Is he even really a good quarterback? Come back in the second half. Come back.
No, they got some. They got a young,
scary.
Yeah, they got some youngsters that they got to get up to speed.
Now, Philly fan, I will also agree that with your coach, you probably
Sirianni.
You should have probably played a little bit more in preseason.
You don't like Sirianni.
I
thought you don't like him.
No, I his first press conference, I thought, yeah, this is going to be fun. I genuinely appreciate what the Philadelphia group has done. I mean, look at what they've done over 4 years.
And well, this is the thing though that we have to factor in with Philly, Jason. And this is a real thing. You lost your coordinators on both sides.
Yes, and a couple of dudes on top of that.
Yeah. You replaced one with Jalen Carter. I get that, but losing coordinators is a big deal. If it is. So, and maybe that has something to do with them still getting on the same page.
And they did win.
They did
a game that a lot of teams would have lost. So this is far from over as far as the Cowboys' dominance as we head there. But Cowboy fan, what is your altitude today? Is the defense going to be enough? Did we see enough from the offense to make you feel like legendary is truly a thing? Give us a call, 656-377-656-ESPN. Well, let's go back to the lines. Ryan, welcome back on.
Yeah, love the show. I totally agree with Micah. I think this might be the second coming of maybe the Doomsday defense.
Excuse yourself, Ryan. Pump the brakes, sir. Pump the brakes.
Are we allowed to at least mention it after 40-0?
I'm
Are
sorry,
we allowed
Ryan.
to just bring it up?
Go ahead, Ryan. My bad.
And then also, I think for the NFC East, I think it runs between either Dallas or Philly. Those are the top two teams that run through for the NFC East.
You're right. He's right.
Wait, Ryan.
He's right.
Ryan, what about the team that's beat you 2 years in a row? He said Philly. He said Philly, right? In Dallas? How does he leave out the boogeyman?
At NFC East.
You're just talking about the East. He just said East. He's right.
Well, hell,
I mean,
of course.
Yeah, so give him some credit. Give him some flowers. He's right. Now, in that small little NFC East, that keep in mind, the Redskins almost fell ass backwards into a loss to the Cardinals.
Leave the Commanders alone.
Well,
they got new ownership.
Well, we saw the Giants go down 40-0, and we saw the Commanders almost lose to a team with a quarterback that got off a plane a week ago.
That's so true.
Literally.
And Philly didn't look great.
They didn't, but they're still Philly. But I completely concur with the East. But the problem with the Cowboy fandom as we watch this is we don't know how to deal with success. We have to have some drama. There has to be a question. And when we come out of that game with no questions, everything was an A.
Yeah.
It's those unseen.
No significant injuries that we know about that came from the game.
Not that
you can go all the way there. So, yeah, it's literally top to bottom. Grade A performance.
Clarence Hill was at the game.
But they Tuscaloosa first, then flew to New York. I'm like, damn, Fort Worth Star-Telegram, what kind of budget y'all got over there?
You go be here just around the corner. Yeah, he was in Tuscaloosa for the game, and you get.
I can only imagine what that was like.
You get the sense, when you're inside the party and they give you the all the fun stuff that he drank a little bit of that Texas Kool-Aid. You just get the sense that, oh my gosh, when you hear people say it was different, man, you just had to be there. It was special. That you almost. That's indoctrination right there.
Yeah, they got him.
And the Texas fan that I've talked to, every one of them, and
oh my God,
I'm not going to let my Aggie hang out, but we've done that too.
Let it hang.
We've done that too. We've been to Tuscaloosa and we've beaten them there, and we know the feeling.
Texas is back, folks.
I'm okay with that this week.
Let's go back to the Kielbasa Bacon phone lines. The Cowboys and their performance is the top of the day. Gary called him. Welcome on, man.
Hey guys, how y'all doing this morning?
We're good, man. We living the dream. How you doing?
Hey, I'm hanging in there. I agree. First game, I'm not gonna get all excited, but and when you want to try and compare anything, any kind of defense to Doomsday, and unless you're talking about the Bears' defense in the past, I think you need to leave Doomsday out of your mouth.
Well, can't we adopt a new one?
Thank you, Gary. That's all we're saying.
They're very, very good, and to be honest with you, the score should have been 54-0 because I'm not going to give them an A. I'm going to give them a B+ because the tight ends were dropping passes, and I didn't like that. I don't care if it is wet. It's wet for everybody. Catch the ball, Ferguson and Hendershot.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I was very pleased with it.
Can it carry forward? Did you see the kind of performance that can be duplicated? I'm not talking 40-0 shutout kind of stuff, but is this the kind of team that has the skill set, even though we just saw it in the rain, that can carry this for 4 weeks? Or was this just, it went so bad for the Giants that we have no idea what really would have happened?
I think we can see this week in and week out, but injuries will catch up when you're playing like a dog and you bring in that heat every play. You know, folks start taking cheap shots, going for your knees and all that, and yeah, it'll wear you down a little bit. But I think the Cowboys' second string defense would probably be mid-range as far as if it's 32 teams, they could be in the top 15 teams in the league. That's a second string defense.
You know what, Gary?
And the first string come at you.
I was afraid to say that, but I completely agree with you. They roll so deep at 3 different positions that second string unit could compete with a lot of NFL teams. I mean, they roll so deep at defensive back and defensive lineman that second team, there is no second team. There's 17 starters out there. They pitched a shutout without Donovan Wilson.
Oh, what?
Their
You
prize free
telling
agent
me?
signing.
You telling me Donovan Wilson is Ed Reed?
Well, I'm just saying, any team goes in with one of their prize free agent pickups. I mean, I say free agent pickup. They could have lost him. They paid him. And they had 7 other dudes just like him standing around that they kept too. They didn't even play their starting free safety and pitched a shutout.
Yeah, they did.
It's just so hard for us to fathom how are we going to get where we're going. Well,
it's all good.
First step
great
was
win.
done. Now the
Great
Cowboys get a great win. The rest of the NFL was rocked. Let's look at what happened with Aaron Rodgers and the ramifications there. All kinds of awards to be handed out. Who was the most impressive other than the Dallas Cowboys? Let's look around the league. The gumbo is hot, and it's coming next. You're on R&R. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, we talk about making money, and the books made some money last night. They made some money. Aaron Rodgers going down affected a lot of bets. Hopefully, you're part of mybetus.com and made one of those Bet Protect bets that you can get when you sign up right now. To celebrate 30 years, 30 years in the book business, BetUS has an offer for you. 30 risk-free bets. It's called Bet Protect. Bet Protect, and it protects your safety. And that's on top of everything else that's going on at BetUS. See, if you go sign up right now, you're going to get 125% sign-up bonus. What does that mean to you? Deposit $100, they're going to give you $125 to play with. You'll have $225 in your account. Then you have 30 risk-free bets above and beyond that. You win, you keep your money, you lose, you got some protection. That's why you go to BetUS. Call them right now, 1-800-MY-BETUS. There's a reason why they're the only book I have ever endorsed here at San Antonio Sports Star, because I trust them. I've been with them for 7 years now, and they've never slowed. I've never had one problem, not one. You're looking for live in-game betting? They got it. Looking for casino betting while you're in between games? You like playing blackjack? They got it. And in fact, if you want to sign up for the casino side of things, you get a whopping sign-up bonus as well. So go right now to BetUS. Get yourself signed up and get ready for a full week of play. That is MyBetUS. This is the number you need. It's easy. 1-800-692-3887. 1-800-692-3887. 1-800-MyBetUS. Call them today. Take advantage of this. It's free money. Call them today. Get yourself signed up, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Sunday, it's the Cowboys and Jets at 2:30 p.m.
Deep down the right side. Oh, it's caught at the 45, 40, Pollard, 20, 10, Pollard. Good night, nurse.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Already thinking about lunch? Craving a slice of melted cheese with fresh toppings and a perfect crust? Round Table Pizza is finally in the heart of Texas. Fresh pizza, hot wings, a salad bar, and their signature garlic parm twists. The perfect duos do exist. The freshest ingredients that burst with flavor in every bite. On the go? Round Table Pizza has unbeatable lunchtime specials. Order today at roundtablepizza.com. Round Table Pizza, ready to serve it up hot and fresh. Find them in the Park North location.
Did your yard look healthy last summer? If not, consider adding organic compost. This is Bobby Jenkins of ABC Home and Commercial Services. ABC offers a compost program that uses premium soil-enhancing material. It's the organic way of improving the health of your San Antonio yard. Plus, in addition to being more attractive, a healthy yard fends off disease and retains water more efficiently. For an organic boost, call ABC Home and Commercial Services, specialists for your environment.
Just call ABC Home and Commercial Services.
It can happen in an instant. A car accident can change your life forever. From serious injuries to mounting medical bills to battling insurance companies, accidents make life harder than it should be. If you've been in an accident, George Salinas Injury Lawyers are here for you. They're local, experienced, and ready to fight for results that make a difference. If you've been injured, don't call just any lawyer. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters, has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1 month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam Club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Enjoy your gummies in comfort while you get your windows tinted with any one of our high-quality, fully guaranteed films to stop the blazing hot summer sun from burning up you and your car's interior. MothersWindowTint.com with stores in San Antonio and Austin. Follow us on Facebook. Add a professional layer of security to your car with our remote start car alarm combo. Make your car go thump, thump, thump. Mother thump with one of our subwoofers, stereos, backup cameras, name brands, and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mother's and save!
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, Cowboys fans, want to kick off tailgate season with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Rowdy and a Dallas Cowboys legend? Stop by the H-E-B located at 850 FM 1103 in Cibolo from 9 a.m. to 12 noon on Sunday, September 24th. You'll even have a chance to enter to win tickets to an upcoming Dallas Cowboys home game, as well as tour the Hall of Fame bus and more. Don't miss out as we roll into town for the Dallas Cowboys tailgate tour presented by H-E-B.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
I know a lot of you really want the State Farm personal price plan, but what's with the oversharing? Like this message Mateo left.
Jake from State Farm, you should know orange juice commercials make me cry. I feel bad for the oranges.
You don't need to get that personal. The State Farm personal price plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Top of the morning to all.
This is R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. We are your home for the fighting Texas Aggies. They're going to get busy again on Saturday, taking on Louisiana Monroe. And as a do-or-die game. How'd you like to say that? Texas plays host to Wyoming this weekend. It's a slow weekend.
Now, Wyoming is Josh Allen's alma mater.
Yeah. So, 4 or 5 turnovers. It's part of the lineage.
It's a bad Saturday.
It's one of those weekends that
if you got anything to do Saturday, get it done.
And tell your wife there's great games you're missing.
Yeah.
Or tell your husband if you're a football fan, hey, I'm going to take today off because I love you. I might not see you again until December, so I'm going to take today off. Slow weekend on the college football world and the NFL world as we get 1 week under. We're talking about the best teams, and certainly Cowboys up there. San Francisco looked really, really good. Miami put up some points. Who's the worst team in the league?
Other than the Giants?
It could be the Giants for all we know.
Who looked the worst? I mean, you got the Giants, you got the Steelers. The Bengals. I got to go with the Bengals because, they still have all their guys on their rookie deals. I know Joe Burrow was hurt, but you wasn't hurt when you signed the $300 million contract. You was able to stand in the pocket then. So, if you go out there, Joe Burrow's a big boy. If you're going to roll out there, I got to touch you up if you throw 82 yards. And you have Higgins and Boyd and Chase and Mixon, and they've tried to get you offensive linemen. Like, if you go out there, regardless if you hurt, I got to touch you up. So if I'm considering you've been to 2 straight AFC title games to start the season that way, not good. And your record against the Browns is awful.
Who'd have thought?
I think Burrow is 1-5 against the Browns.
But we figure they're going to turn it around, right? I mean,
yes.
That was just maybe.
Did the Chiefs look good to you?
Well, see, that was the next question I had. So if we think that the Browns are going to, the Bengals are going to turn it around just because this wealth of talent, Kansas City didn't look great.
They didn't look great, but I don't know Kelsey's status, but I know Chris Jones. I know that Chris Jones figured something out, a 1-year deal. It's like, hey, my team needs me. Let me go ahead and go back for 1 year. Saquon's hold out, Josh Jacobs hold out, Chris Jones hold out. Purposeless. Like, what the hell are y'all doing?
Well, Chris Jones,
I don't get it.
That was the dumbest holdout of all time. So you go into your holdout, you ask for Aaron Donald money. You go, but you know what? I'll definitely be back week 8. And I'll be at the game on Sunday. I'll be there.
He loves his team, Rob.
Well, so what? So you're telling me I have to pay you till week 8. I can keep all this. So I'm going to save some money.
Yeah.
And you're still so down with this team that you're going to come watch us play. I ain't negotiating crap. So when people go, well, Chris Jones didn't get, no, he didn't get anything because there wasn't any offer. You gave away the house yourself.
They worked out a 1-year deal. He's getting $20 million this year. They worked out something, and then I said, we'll figure out the rest later. But we need you back. They need Kelsey back. But am I worried about the Chiefs and the Bengals like I'm worried about the Bengals? The Steelers and the Giants? No, the Steelers especially because Pickett looks so good in the preseason. I started calling them preseason Pickett during that game because I was like, dude, where's the guy from preseason? It just kind of proves, I guess it doesn't really matter because he had some awful throws. But he is playing the 49ers. Yes, Jason Garcia, your Seahawks losing to the Rams. Oh, my God.
Pretty. That was not pretty,
You had your quarterback screaming, oh, my God, because Aaron Donald was coming down the pipe chasing him, which is embarrassing. And I like Geno Smith. I think he's turned the corner. But, yeah, the Bears did look bad for what little expectations we had. But I'm not going to count the Bears.
I think the Bears might be the worst team in football.
Rob.
I hate to say it.
Hey, bro.
But you need Caleb. It's a good thing. This is a good thing.
You think we should contend for Caleb?
Oh, Fields is done, man. Done.
I'm not going
Cooked.
there. I'm not.
Why?
I'm not a biggest fan. I'm not a huge fan like some people, but cooked.
That poor guy needs a change of scenery, a new position. He's worse. He was worse Sunday than he was last year. And he's got better talent around him. I don't know what the problem is, and there's probably 100 of them, but I can fix it.
No,
go dead last and go get a quarterback and start over.
No, I would definitely tank for Caleb if I was the Bears and the Cardinals, which the Cardinals have tried to do, but Washington almost messed it up.
Which we will see how many wins Washington actually gets. And then there's Buffalo last night.
Let's talk about Buffalo.
Holy smokes.
Do you want to talk about Buffalo or do you want to talk about Josh Allen?
Well, I think it's all one big mess. Do you get the sense, and I don't know, other than just what we've witnessed over the last 6 months after the season, Diggs is upset, and there's been some talk about some inter-team disciplinary issues, and it's above and beyond Diggs. But after the way they lost last night, this could be a collapsed house in a week and a half. The defense could lose their minds.
And keep in mind, Von Miller's still on PUP, coming off his ACL. This is what I'll say. Considering he got paid, and considering on everybody's top 5 list that we see, Josh Allen pops up on it. I will say this about Josh Allen. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he sucks, but he is the worst of the best.
Yes. Well said.
He's the worst. Yeah, he's the worst of the best. Like the decision making. And now that comes back to McDermott. Like, Mike McCarthy said, look, I've had all I can take, and I can't take no more. I'm taking over this thing, and I'm going to cut down on the turnover-worthy plays. McDermott and these guys, you just let, those interceptions last night are so bad. We don't even talk about his fumbles. Last year was his red zone decision-making. Last night, you're throwing jump balls like you and your boys are playing football in the middle of the street with $250 million in your bank account. You just throwing jump balls. That's what we're doing. Really. And again, it pays sometimes to not play for the Cowboys. Because let me tell you, if Dak turned the ball over 4 times on a Sunday night game and lost to an Aaron Rodgers-less Jets team, oh my God. TV, radio would be on fire. There's a time for Trey Lance. What's going to happen? Can they continue this? I'm talking about this would be talked about up until Friday, up until they got ready for this next game. It's bad what's going on with Josh Allen.
And
because he has the most turnovers. Yeah, he has the most turnovers in the league since 2018. But yet it doesn't feel that way. It feels like he's just a really good quarterback that everybody loves.
Last night was reckless. I mean, there's risk taking, and sometimes I understand you're behind, that you're in a situation where you got to make a play. But he threw 3 balls
that had no chance.
No chance. Now, only one of them was intercepted. But all 3 of them were just reckless freaking throws there in the 4th round. Like you're falling backwards. You don't even know. You have you saw a white helmet down there, and you just winged it.
So what we're gonna do here on R&R, Rob, since the national, we're gonna make sure we touch Josh Allen up. Because you know who's most mad at Josh Allen is Woody Johnson. Because he's got to pay that safety now that got 3 interceptions last night. That's who bad.
Which were punt returns, quite frankly.
What are you doing? So no, and now you wonder why Stephon Diggs wants out. Like, what is wrong with Stephon Diggs? Why does he not want to be there? Because his quarterback makes those kind of decisions, and his offensive coordinator and his head coach won't do anything or say anything about it. I remember watching that Tebow special, not Tebow, Florida. They're like, man, Urban cusses all of us out, Tebow starts playing like crap. Urban says nothing. Like, I'm sure everybody gets touched up. When is Josh Allen going to get touched up? By somebody. Somebody's got to do it. Well, Ryan Clark kind of did, right?
Oh, he called him out.
Yeah,
I think Ryan did.
I like RC. And he's a host of the Inside the NFL now. Did you see that? Let's see what Ryan said.
I don't care who you are, how much you get paid, or what type of team you play on. You can't turn the ball over 4 times and expect to win games against competent football teams. Josh Allen knows he has to be better in order for this team to reach any of the heights they wish to reach this year. Tonight was below the line. He knows it. Sean McDermott knows it. His team knows it. Now it's time to correct it.
Does he know it?
No, that's the problem. He don't know it. Like, I haven't seen, have y'all, help me if I miss it. McDermott, you seen him screaming and spitting when he's coming off the field on one interception over the last 5 years? I haven't.
Does Ryan Clark strike you as the guy that asked for homework at the end of class?
Ryan, yes. And Ryan Clark is definitely that guy. He's just
doesn't he strike you as the guy that raised his hand when the bell rang, like, we didn't get our homework yet?
And everybody kind of looks at him like, yeah. Ryan's voice needs a break. He's got his podcast and ESPN, Inside NFL. I get it. Get your checks, but you got to, take care of that voice. Yeah, you better call up Mariah or somebody or Taylor Swift and ask, some voice remedies because he sounded bad. And I love RC.
Legitimately did. As we awake, we all saw what happened last night. Aaron Rodgers goes down. This morning, while we don't have confirmation, everybody around the Jets organization is saying it is an Achilles tendon, and it's just a matter of how bad. Gone, obviously, for the foreseeable future. Certainly changed the outlook for the NFL, and the ramifications are huge. The primetime games and all the things that Aaron Rodgers was. As he went down, one of his best friends, a guy that's been protecting him forever, David Bakhtiari with the Packers, tweeted out another turf injury.
Yeah, he was, the NFL, you care about soccer more than you care about us. And the whole turf debate is back up and running, and we're only in week 1. What do you think?
It's global warming, dude. It's here. It ain't going anywhere. Adjust.
Yeah, congrats. You have, what does it say? How many more players have to get hurt on artificial turf? You care more about soccer players than us. You plan to remove all artificial turf for the World Cup coming up. So clearly it's feasible. I'm sick of this. Now, that part of it is a good point, Rob.
For a week, yes, not for 17 consecutive weeks.
It's not, the World Cup's like 2-3 months, man.
Yeah, 2 or 3 months, and they're going to play 2-3 games on it. We're talking about week in, week out on grass, and we want it covered because we don't want to be cold, and we want to make sure it's not overwatered or underwater because, God forbid, we ruin a Super Bowl because the sod's not right.
Fair.
So, you know what? I am sick of this turf debate. It is what it is. It ain't going anywhere.
That attitude is why things don't get
work
changed,
on creating better turf, but saying we need to go back to grass, that's not happening until we can come up with a grass that grows indoors, that requires zero watering, that maintains a consistent and constant style. It's not going to happen.
Then they should call in the guys in Cali and Oregon that grow weed.
Whatever it takes.
They grow it inside.
Whatever it takes. But as we sit right now,
with UV lights.
Until we are willing to go, you know what? Maybe those dome stadiums in the winter aren't so important. Maybe we should have some sun on that thing. And just decide we're going to go that route. Every year, we have this, and it ain't going anywhere. So just adjust. Yes. I'm not even sure that was a turf injury. Maybe it was.
I mean, we can't say it wasn't.
No, but
I think that's the wrong. I disagree with you. I think you got to keep beating the drum if you want things to change. The more you can't just accept it. And again, this is coming from the players, Rob.
You're right. How many dome stadiums are there in the NFL?
32, probably 28. I don't know.
So what do you want?
Pittsburgh's outside.
You want to play in
outside, Green Bay.
And I know that Phoenix has the roll out and roll back in.
See? But then the Super Bowl was
trash. They were ruined because we left the sprinkler on too long. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what happened.
It's feasible. I think Bacardi hit it on the head. It's feasible.
It is feasible. It is. But you have to sacrifice something. It's not going to be grass. The answer is not organic. Because what the NFL, what Las Vegas, what everybody wants is consistency. We want the same grass on every field, every game, all the time. Not higher, not lower, not wetter, not drier, not turf to grass. We would like the same, like a basketball court. We want to know exactly all the time. We don't have to. That's not a worry. We don't have to call an extra groundskeeper because you guys forgot to put the fertilizer in last week. We just, it looked good on TV all the time. We don't want spray paint and dirty jerseys. We want pretty clean jerseys. So until we can figure that out, it ain't going to get fixed. And we've been hearing this for 25, 30, 50 years. 50 years.
We got rid of the AstroTurf.
It's gotten better.
You see what I'm saying?
You're right. It has improved.
So you got to keep going.
Grass ain't the answer. Green, organic grass will not be the answer. It's not until we come up with something that'll allow us to do it. And I don't see a bunch of money being spent on NFL players getting indoor grass. Maybe that's the case. But I do see rapid improvements in fake grass.
Well, if you do plan on taking up all that artificial turf, Rob, I'm sure Ewald Kubota got a machine or two that can help you out. That's right. Great deals and discounts on Kubota 40 and under 40 horsepower tractors with $1,500 off the L3902 39 horsepower compact tractor. Kubota LX, $1,000 off, 0 down, 0% for 84 months. And it's a great time to service those mowers. Temperature's about to drop, probably getting a little bit more rain. If you need to upgrade, Ewald Kubota has all kind of Kubota zero-turn mowers and the stand-ons. Also, you got some trees you need to dig up, you need to go ahead and get that Intimidator. That's right. It's an amazing product. Make Ewald Kubota your one-stop shop for equipment, sales, parts, rental, and service. And when you need someone you can rely on to help with your purchase or rental and looking for outstanding customer service, the guys and gals at Ewald are committed to serving you. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas for 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
When was the last time you went and got yourself a drive-through fast food meal?
Oh, God, I got 2 kids, so I don't know, maybe a week ago, probably. I don't know. Well, I didn't eat, but I got them something.
80% of Americans said last week that they ate some sort of drive-through fast food meal. 80% of America. It is the most quintessentially American thing that we do. It is the thing that we have sent around the world. There is the Big Mac index where we can look at a different country's economy and go, how much are you charging for a Big Mac? It is international. It is universal. It is what America has sent the rest of the world.
We're obese?
There's certainly a reason behind it.
Is it? I don't know. I'm being serious.
Well, when 80% of us drove through last week, doesn't matter about economic climate, doesn't matter about how much money you're making, when 80% of us went through, I'm sure that played a role. Now, I don't know which you went to. Now, a poll went through last
let's
week.
talk about this poll.
2,000 Americans were asked in a recent study, what's your favorite fast food chain? It went with speed and cleanliness and whether you go in and go out. Lots of questions. Here's your top 5. McDonald's, of course, came out number 1, the ubiquitous McDonald's. There's a statement in this that I do agree on. I think everybody in the world who has ever touched a new phone, a smartphone, has had a French fry, a McDonald's French fry. That is the one universal thing that all of us, no matter the country we're from, if you own a smartphone, you've had a fry.
I agree.
So we have all had the same McDonald's.
100% agree.
And not one of us is proud of it.
No, I'm not.
One of us goes, you know what I did yesterday? I was so excited. I was hungry and I went through and got a Big Mac. No, we settle on it.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, you know what? We didn't take anything out.
No.
What do y'all want? And every husband and wife has made that call to the spouse. Honey, I don't feel like cooking tonight. I'm tired. I had a hell of a day. Ask the kids what they want. And they say McDonald's, they say Wendy's, they say, what's the top 5 that those 2,000 people chose, Rob? What
so
we got?
McDonald's comes in at 1. A surprise at number 2.
Who was 2?
Dairy Queen.
Let me tell you why Dairy Queen's 2. It's fresh. Like, if you go to Dairy Queen, you don't ever have to worry about getting sad fries. You don't ever have to worry about getting cold strips, the steak fingers, everything. Like, now, you gonna wait. You're gonna wait. Now, this is the thing, though. This clearly wasn't a poll from San Antonio because we have like 4 DQs. Like,
there are 6,800 Dairy Queens around the world.
See, that's not a lot.
No, it really isn't.
So when I'm in East Texas, they're on every corner. Here in San Antonio, not so much. But I have never had a cold Dairy Queen meal. It is always fresh and hot.
It's
I'm talking about piping hot.
Now, that's the problem. Time stands still at a dairy. You walk into a Dairy Queen, and the problem with it, because in San Antonio, we don't have a lot of them.
No, we don't.
So whenever I see them, they're outside of town, which means I'm going someplace.
Right.
And I see a Dairy Queen and go, do I have an hour to go get a hamburger? Or do I have 5 minutes to drive to McDonald's?
Really an hour, Rob?
Dude, I've been to the Dairy Queen in Bastrop, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
It literally is a time bend. You walk in and you might not leave for 24 hours. You'll leave it and you walk in and the sun's out. It's like going into a casino. You walk out and the sun's out and you're like, I thought it was night. That's what Dairy Queen is. So, 3rd.
Who's 3rd?
Now, this is something that so many Texans have a deep and abiding problem with.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
In-N-Out Burger comes in at 3rd.
This is a West Coast poll.
It's a West Coaster thing, right? It's a Cali chain. but it has.
I don't like it. And I don't give a damn about Whataburger and In-N-Out. I don't give a damn. I just don't like In-N-Out.
Known for their simple menu of burgers and fries, In-N-Out is a West Coast classic that sadly no one east of Texas gets to experience. They're lucky for it. For now, the chain hasn't put any more stores in Texas, but they're coming fast and furious. As In-N-Out grows, Whataburger ain't what it was. We still hold it up there.
Uh-oh.
But Whataburger, we love you, but
Rob, we only got an hour left. Don't pick a fight.
Well, Whataburger, you're like our uncle who's got a little bit of drinking problem. We still love you. And you can come over every now and again, but
it's not.
You ain't what you were.
It's not. It's not. Now, the burger side isn't. I still get down with a good old breakfast on the bun. The breakfast on the bun
Bob
is still
world class,
but it's got to be sausage.
Well, we can agree to disagree there, but the Bob is world class.
Bob is world class.
But Whataburger, there's a reason why it's not on the list, man. You went corporate, went out of Chicago, and you lost the luster. It ain't what it was. I'm not wrong.
Not. No, it's not. And you shouldn't be ashamed to say that. It's not.
And they're trying, but I think they're hamstrung. Number 4 is Chick-fil-A, and we all agree that when it comes to logistics and speed of delivery, there's nothing in the world that matches Chick-fil-A.
It should be number 1 off the fact that it's the only place you'll pull into when you see 20 cars in the drive-thru.
And no, I'll be
That's the only place in the world that you will drive into, and it's 20 cars in the line, because you know it's going to be efficient, and they're going to tell you God bless, and they're going to get it right.
The 8th largest food chain in the United States by sales. They continue to grow. Guess what? If you're on the East Coast, New York just got their first Chick-fil-A.
Really?
There are Chick-fil-A uncivilized areas in this world.
Doesn't Dat have one?
Dak's got 3, I believe.
That win 3, former ESPN San Antonio co-host.
He has several up there in Fort Worth. Rounding out the top 5 is the perennial, okay, but not first choice, Wendy's.
You know what it is with Wendy's, Rob, is the burger meat seems like more real than a McDonald's. It seems like more real meat. Like, I don't know, McDonald's meat ain't real. Like, it doesn't turn colors. It stays itself. I don't know, but I'm not a Wendy's. My family don't really like Wendy's, so we don't do Wendy's.
What you just brought up is the reason they are so popular. The chain is most popular for their fresh, never frozen patties.
Oh, see, there you go.
And that's what we think of as their fresh meat, the square patty that is always fresh and never frozen. Wendy's comes in at number 5.
You know who's has an underrated burger? Sonic has an underrated burger. I think Sonic has a quality burger that people sleep on. Now, I don't know why they have a drive-thru at a drive-in.
That's
I don't get it.
Because it's annoying. Where are you pulling from? Which one should I go through? Are all the people working the drive-thru, or are they doing the skate come around? Sonic is the other one where you go, oh, okay, well, there's a Sonic. We'll go there.
Yeah.
But there is one primary reason to go to Sonic.
The tots.
The tots are regular.
It's
the drinks, man. The slushies and the things. And
those great Route 44s led me a route to diabetes. I drank so many Route 44 slushies. Dude, I'm talking about, like, really think about this. Who finishes a Route 44 slush? Like, you have to really not give a damn about yourself. You know how much slush that is? And I'm knocking them down, Rob, like Curry in pregame. You know?
Well, the secret to a finishing one is the additive of a fine liquor to go along with your slushy.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk
That's
about
how we roll. Clarence Hill's just around the corner. We got a whole bunch to talk about with the Dallas Cowboys. Aaron Rodgers, NFL talk coming your direction. We're glad you're with us. This is R&R. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you the front of the line. We're going to hike the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
It's Raymond and Austin. We're back on All Star Sports Radio, celebrating their 30th year. Our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is going big.
That's right, Austin. Sports bettors can win a new truck, get the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus, and even get up to 30 risk-free bets.
Touchdown. BetUS also has a 150% casino sign-up bonus.
Blackjack, now you're talking, Austin. They also have live dealers and live betting on sports, including racetrack.
Get started today at BetUS.com, where the game begins.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
From local town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are standing up for what's right. We're here protecting property rights. Here advocating for the issues that affect our neighborhoods. Here championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics, driven to serve our communities. We're here for it all. Here for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Exergen is the smart choice when selecting a thermometer. As children return to school, keeping them healthy is important. Got a fever? Stay home. To detect fever accurately at home, you need a fast, non-invasive, and clinically accurate thermometer. Exergen provides all of that and is backed by over 100 clinical studies. Accuracy matters. Be smart and safe. Measure temperature accurately with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
What should we do with the broke propeller? What should we do with the broke propeller? Don't look at me, I wasn't driving. Thank you, you're not helping. I don't even know why you bought this boat. You told me that you loved this boat. That was before you wrecked the boat. Well, now you've made it awkward.
Accidents don't just happen in sea shanties, so Progressive Boat Insurance has you covered. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms and not available for all boats or in all situations.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're here so you can get a bigger boat. How so? We're the one-stop shop for metal, which means you can get any metal, cut to any size, ready real fast, saving you valuable time to convince your other half why a twin-engine center console makes sense for you and your entire family. Happy fishing, soldier. Metal Supermarkets. Order online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Your home for the Cowboys.
Prescott all the way, runs it in for the touchdown.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Aaron Rodgers era came to a complete halt last night as what they fear is an Achilles injury. According to his head coach, Robert Saleh, quote, "It's not good." The San Antonio Spurs wave guard Cameron Payne is going to give him a chance to join a contender and give him a bigger role. But up next, we're going to be joined by Clarence Hill of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram to talk Micah, Dak, McCarthy, and more. R&R in the morning gets going right now.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up,
wake me up, wake up. Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition. To the left-hand slam. I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellence.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's R&R in the morning, but we're just the hosts. You know what I mean? When we talk football, we reach out to the very best, and it's time for Clarence Hill of Fort Worth Star-Telegram to stop by for his weekly morning. Clarence, how's everything up there?
What's up, guys? How you doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, man. Talk to us, man. I mean, you've been covering this team for a long time. I don't know. Have you ever seen a 40-0 in your time covering the team?
You know, that was the biggest, most lopsided opening victory in franchise history. So no, I've never seen it. The Cowboys never seen it. What a performance! What a shutout! I mean, that's the biggest shutout in franchise history. They've never beat anybody season opener through any game that big by that type of margin in a shutout victory. So kudos to the Cowboys. What a way to get this season started.
Now, they gave Minnesota a field goal last year, but it felt the same. But Minnesota managed to get a field goal. Remember last year, what was it, 41-3, something like that?
There's no doubt. You know, that was dominant, and this is equally as dominant. But, you know, the difference, but last year, at least the offense contributed. I mean, this was a complete, you know, just mastery on defense and special teams, and offense just don't get in the way, don't mess it up, which was great. I was trying to think over the weekend because you saw with Pittsburgh, with the 49ers beat Pittsburgh. I still think the Cowboys' victory was most impressive because Pittsburgh was not a playoff team last year. Okay, you can say what you want. Yes, going to Pittsburgh did what they did. They were not a playoff team, and then Pittsburgh did score 7 points. What Dallas did to a Giants team that was a playoff team, that won a playoff game, that improved their team, gave their quarterback $40 million, added one of the best tight ends in football, tried to improve the offensive line, really had hope for taking the next step, for them to just smother them and step on their necks. And I compared it in a column today at the Star-Telegram. It was like the Red Wedding from the Game of Thrones.
Yes, I was going to bring it up.
Bloodbath.
That was, by the way, Clarence, respect. What a great analogy it was. It was perfect reference for what was the Red Wedding. Now, what's the attitude around the building? I don't know. Sometimes the beating is so bad, it's not good for anybody. You know, that you walk away going, well, everything worked. And I don't like that. I'd like to have some kind of trial and tribulation there. So when you hit the ground getting ready for the Jets, now they got Aaron Rodgers down. You wonder what the attitude is going to be around the Star as they get busy for a game that appears, at least right now, to be a bit of a letdown.
Okay, I'm just going, just like the Longhorns, just like the Aggies, they ain't won enough to get high on their horse.
Okay.
Just like the Longhorns who beat Alabama, you know, the Cowboys still got 20 years of frustration, okay? They have, you feel good about the win, feel good about what you're doing. Hopefully it's a step forward, but you have no reason to act like you've done anything. And how many times have the Cowboys and the Longhorns, I'm sure we'll get to at some point, done something thinking that, okay, they've arrived and get slapped back down and get disappointed in the end. So, I mean, I think this team is hardened, especially after the losses in the playoffs last year. You know, they've been 13-3 before. They've had great records before. They've been 12-5, and it didn't end in nothing. So, yes, they feel good about their win. They feel good about this defense. They think this defense has championship caliber, but they know that this is just the beginning. This is part of the journey. They've already put that away. And we talked to Mike McCarthy yesterday and said everybody was sleeping on the plane. They got back at 5 a.m. and they're back to work, getting ready for the Jets. Now, that, of course, you know, when we talked to Mike yesterday, we thought that they were going to be playing a Jets team and fired up to play a Jets team that had Aaron Rodgers. You know, another showdown with Mike McCarthy, another showdown with Rodgers, who has vexed the Cowboys over the years. But 4 plays into this great Packers career, not Packers career, but Jets career, he's done.
Done and done.
So how is Micah's outspokenness accepted amongst the staff? I know the players don't mind, Clarence. The players, it is what it is. That Micah's their leader; they're going to roll with it. But he's doing his He's doing his podcast. I won't say little. I don't want to demean it, but he's doing his podcast now, and he had a lot to say yesterday. They had the best performance. This could be a dominant defense on the way to the Super Bowl. How is Micah's outspokenness received amongst the entire organization?
As long as you can walk the walk after you talk the talk, and Micah Parsons has walked the walk since he's been here. You know, what are you going to tell Micah? You know, he works hard. He did his own thing in off season. You remember, you know, he practiced away from the team and got better. I mean, he single-handedly wrecked training camp. I've been covering the Cowboys since 1997, and I've watched every training camp practice by every player that's come through here since 1997. I've never seen a defender dominate training camp the way Micah Parsons dominated training camp this year. So, yeah, they know they have a great player, and you have different rules, different things for great players. Let him do his podcast. But he's not saying anything that they don't believe in the building. They do believe they have a chance to have the best defense in the NFL. That's their goal. That's their hope. You know, they had one of the best pass rushers, not the best pass rushers in the NFL last year. They've only added to that, and now they're trying to show up their run defense. And the beautiful thing about that defense, as you saw Sunday, is the depth. Look at the waves that they got after the quarterback. Look at Wanye Thomas and Bell at safety. You still haven't had Donovan Wilson. You still don't have Jordan Lewis. The cornerback group duo, the addition of Stephon Gilmore. My God. You saw the way he played. You saw the way he ran routes with the receiver. You saw the way he makes plays on the ball. A former defensive player of the year. He still has it. I don't know how anybody lets this guy get away and not put him up. But the tandem of him and Diggs, just think about last year when the Cowboys played Green Bay. Okay, when they lost that game and everybody wants to blame Dak. But remember that secondary. You don't have Jordan Lewis. Okay, you don't have Anthony Brown goes down. Look who you were playing with in the secondary. And that was a struggle for the rest of the season. You know, that secondary without Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis hurt, you know, the depth of that secondary. Now look at the secondary. Now look at that cornerback position now with Trevon Diggs and Stephon Gilmore. I think is as good as any duo in the country. You add in Deron Bland, a rookie from last year, led the team with interceptions, also got his first interception to go. The depth in that secondary, cornerback and safety, is as good as in the league.
That is Clarence Hill. You can check his stuff on the Fort Worth Star Telegram every day. Great article today referring to the game and all that came out of it. A couple questions. You talked about the defense, and my gosh, it gives you a lot of leeway. There's a lot of being made of the new play calling style of McCarthy, whether it's safer or less Kellen Moore. Tell us about what you saw in the play calling, specifically relying on the defense to do some things that, quite frankly, your offense doesn't need to do anymore. Did we see more of that than we expected, or exactly what we wanted to see out of McCarthy's new West Coast style play calling on offense?
First of all, I don't think we saw anything Sunday
yeah,
night.
Okay, good
Cowboys,
point. Right.
The Cowboys were smart. Unlike last night, when Aaron Rodgers gets hurt and Josh Allen continues to say, "Hey, I'm going to sling this ball down the field," and turns the ball over 4 times. You don't need to do that to beat the Jets. They weren't scoring. They weren't doing anything. And even more to the point, it's raining. They went to a wet ball plan. You know, they were going to be more conservative. They didn't even show half as what they practiced on offense because of the weather. You got the lead, you got the defense. Let's be smart. You know, don't turn the ball over. You know, so they didn't take out half their game plan of things they planned to do. But you did see some things. Certainly, you saw the running game. You felt good about Tony Pollard. Certainly, you saw the use of Kevontae Turpin as a goal line back. Who saw that coming? Okay?
I know.
155-pound Kevontae Turpin. But it's about setting people up for things they plan to do later, but also getting Turpin on the field and getting the ball in his hand and find a way to get the ball in his hand because they believe he's a playmaker. They want to be an explosive team. And, you know, Dak talked about it. We have playmakers. We have guys who can make big plays. Don't force big plays. That's the philosophy. If there's a philosophy, is don't force big plays. Last night was an example of we're not going to force anything. We'll take what they give us. You know, you got Cooks who came in, didn't have a big night, but his impact. He had a 37-yard penalty, interference penalty. He drew a holding penalty. He drew a illegal contact penalty. All first down because of his speed. You saw those types of things. Even at the end of the first half, when the Cowboys up 26-0, I'm in the press box telling Calvin Watkins, just get out of here. Don't try to do anything special.
Yeah.
Don't give them no momentum. Don't do nothing stupid.
Right.
Turnover, give them momentum. And Mike McCarthy called the time, but still aggressive. But he was calculated. He threw a deep pass up the sideline, not over the middle of it. We talked about, yes, we're going to be aggressive, but I didn't go for, he said, I didn't go for wide. You know, but I want to try to take a shot because I want to score points. He calls it the double with cheese. He likes to get a touchdown at the end of the first half and one coming out the second half. That's that double with cheese. And so he was trying to get a double with cheese. But he was smart about it. He wasn't greedy with it. But, you know, if it's there, it's there. If not, we're going to go into the half with this 26. So it's about being smarter. Those are the things that, you know, I think at times with Kellen Moore as offense coordinator last year, they were smart in certain situations with the lead. Certainly in the Jacksonville game, even going back to the Green Bay game, running the ball and doing some things that didn't use the clock. So Mike McCarthy's going to be smart about it. We didn't see a lot on offense. You're disappointed with the drops by the tight ends, you know, because I think it would look a lot better. Dak's numbers look like better, but guy at least catches the wide open touchdown pass, he drops. And, you know, and so, you know, some of those things they have to get better, but they do like the way the tight ends block the offensive line, which got killed in training camp last year. I mean, not last year.
This year.
Camp by the Cowboys defense. They didn't give up a sack.
You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna ask you that. Like y'all asked Mike yesterday about the tight end room, and he said he likes what's going on in the tight end room. What about the tight end room did he like? The blocking? Is that what we talking about? Because Dalton Schultz was catching double-digit touchdowns. So what is he liking about the tight end room that I'm missing?
I'm glad you admit Dalton Schultz had 2 catches for 4 yards yesterday.
Oh, don't start. He got C.J. Stroud, Clarence. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What a rookie got to do with 2 catches for 4 yards? He had 2 catches for 4 yards.
Oh, come on, Clarence.
I'm just stating the fact. I'm just giving you the numbers. I mean, Ferguson had better numbers than that. No, what he likes about the tight end room, it's a young room. I like the competitiveness. I know they're going to work hard and get better. No one's happy with the drop passes, but they do like the blocking. You know, that's one thing Jonathan Schultz didn't do. They want to run the ball. They need physical guys at tight end. They need to help the running game. That's what they like. So yes, you're gonna put a feather in their cap for the way they block and help in the run game. Certainly they have a chance. They need to be better as pass receivers, and they believe they have the players that will be better as pass receivers. So that's what he's talking about. But yeah, no one's happy with the four drop passes.
A couple things. Calvin Watkins gets a double-double at the end of every half.
No, he's talking about McCarthy.
Oh, McCarthy.
McCarthy.
I misunderstood.
Yeah, no, that was McCarthy.
Watkins getting a double-double too.
Funny thing when he talks about scoring at the end of the half, and then when you have the ball, that's why you defer. You want to score to going in, and then when you want to score coming out, that's called a double-double.
Double-double. I thought we were talking cheeseburger with Watkins. I was like, man, the guy's looking pretty good shape for eating double-doubles like that.
Yeah, I was talking to Calvin when he was sitting next to me at the game. I was telling him, be conservative and don't mess it up. And so I just bring it up that's my philosophy.
Gotcha. And it's hard for us to digest, and we'll stay with the hamburger idea of just taking the hand that you're dealt and just getting out of the room with a lead. You'll never go broke making a profit. And that's kind of what we saw happening. And let's look I'm trying to find the term that McCarthy has, the safety net that this defense provides. And getting into the manpower I'm watching on the defense, and another guy that's playing well, Wanye Thomas. When you look at teams that have ability to scout well, I'm watching Pickens with the Steelers, and I go, that's just another wide receiver that they scouted that's great, and they just know how to find him. What is it about the Cowboys, DQ, Will McClay, finding these safeties that are interchangeable, that can guard slot, that can be big, they can corner? There's probably 5 or 6 of these guys on the team. Is that a very specific Dan Quinn thing, or is that something you're seeing with the league?
No, I mean, I think that Dan Quinn is Will McClay. They know what they're looking for. Certainly, they know the type of player they're looking for. I mean, Jaron Curse was a bust. Let's be honest. You know, he didn't do it. He looked in his other previous stops in Green Bay and Detroit and other places. Jaron Curse looked nothing like the player that he's in Dallas. So certainly the Cowboys have a vision for what they're looking for.
A tweener.
When they signed Marquise Bell out of Florida A&M last year, they had a vision for him playing that type of role. They said, this is a guy with a safety. He also can do some linebacker things.
Yeah.
Because you understand that this is a defense that relies on safeties more than linebackers. They have their safeties down in the box and doing linebacker type things. That's one thing that DeMario Overshawn was going to do, even though he was a linebacker in Texas. He was a former safety, and they really liked his skill set and his body to do some of those safety linebacker things. Marquise Bell is doing some of the things that they had hoped for DeMarvion Overshawn. But yeah, and he was physical. He played the run, played the option play like, right in college, and he's physical. And Wanye Thomas, another guy, physical. He had a great training camp. It was really good. They were worried about having to cut one of those safeties, and actually they cut the linebacker. They cut the kid. We talked about the kid out of LSU. Who has been Jabril Cox to keep these safeties, because they valued these safeties and the impact they and the potential they had and certainly the impact they made. I mean, they kept 6 safeties on the roster.
That's like keeping 5 power or small forwards on an NBA team.
But if they're versatile and interchangeable and do some other things, they always talk about versatility and be able to do more than one thing, and these guys can do more than one thing, but they also can make plays. I mean, Donovan Wilson got the big contract. You know what type of player he is. They did not miss him with Bell and Wanye Thomas out there to go with Curse and Malik Hooker. I mean, and just think this it is. They were talking after the game. Some of the players were talking about the game. Wait till we get Bell back. And here's a guy who has a nose for the football, a nose for turnovers. Wait till you get Jordan Lewis back, and you to add to what you have in the secondary.
Now, as Stephen A. and Club Shay Shay and your boy Keyshawn and Michael Irvin, are they going to get on Josh Allen like they would ride Dak if he had 4 turnovers?
I don't know. And I know Emmanuel Ocho was, trying to play both ends. Like, Cowboy fans wouldn't do that. If you watched him on Twitter last night, Cowboy fans have a point. You were part of the problem too, sir. Your show did the same thing, sir. You were part of the problem. And my thing is, like, I try to tell y'all in camp, we have this talk. And I'm not excusing Dak's turnovers, and I know that there were, he needed to improve, but people had lost their minds about Dak's turnovers and did not have the same attitude toward other people with turnovers, whether it was the guy who led the league in turnovers last year or the year before. The focus on Dak's turnovers has been something like I've never seen before. And Josh Allen is a case in point. Josh Allen has led the league in turnovers since 2018. Josh Allen has actually had more turnovers in terms of fumbles and interceptions than Dak Prescott last year. But we never saw daily referendums on ESPN about Josh Allen's turnover problem. It was only Dak.
It feels like
it got to the point that it has Cowboy fans flummoxed that's all he does. How many times I come and encounter Cowboy fans and all they bring, Dak needs to quit turning the ball over. Like, he don't really turn the ball over like that. It's a narrative that's grown into something that it shouldn't be.
For me, when you watch Allen last night, it was reckless, just downright. You're just reckless. You don't give a damn. You're just slinging it. I never have felt like that about Dak. Not once did I ever feel like Dak was just outright reckless. I think the narrative was we'd rather have reckless than inept. Like, at least Allen's trying to make a play and he's trying to thread the needle and it looks awful. But we'll rectify that, the Brett Favre syndrome. But we'd rather have a Dak Prescott who's, making the appropriate throw, just not appropriately well, or the route's not run appropriately to the throw, whatever the case may be. That seems to stick in our mind far more than the reckless, just sling it deep and hope for a plate stuff that Allen's trying.
Yeah, he was not reckless. Now, there were times last year when he was trying to make a play. That's why I emphasized early on that that's been the focus. Don't force big plays. Let the plays come to you. You have big player. This team has more team speed than they've had at any point in a long time. You got players that can make big plays. You get the ball in their hands, which is why they, again, Turpin and Cooks and CD and they got players that can make plays and Tony Pollard. Just get the ball in their hands. Don't force anything. Don't force big plays that you don't have to do. There was one play that we talked yesterday that Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator, talked about the play to the tight end in the end zone, the back of the end zone, that almost got picked, and he was like, and he fell off. That was a play that he probably would want to have back. But outside of that, there was nothing else that you would question on the decision on the throw that Dak made yesterday or Sunday. Excuse me.
And another thing you brought up, to kind of shift gears here, Clarence. You know what I said after Saturday, after 6 o'clock in Tuscaloosa? It's about damn time they beat somebody. You Texas. You're supposed to have a signature win once a year. I can't believe the Texas fans was throwing a parade on 6th Street for finally winning a big game.
Stop it, man.
What? Yes, thank you. He's been doing this for 2 days, man.
What?
Don't do this. Don't do this, man.
What you mean?
First of all, I was in T-Town.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was in Tuscaloosa. What a weekend. You don't even understand the weekend I had. But I was in Tuscaloosa Saturday night. And then I got on a plane and flew to New York and barely made it because there was rain in New York. They had a ground stop. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm not even going to make this game. But I was in T-Town. What an experience. What a college football scene. What a college football town. I've never seen that. It was a special atmosphere. And I hear what you're saying. It's about time. But you still got to do it. And it hasn't been done. And it certainly hasn't been done to Alabama. Tell me when the last time Alabama lost at home to a non-conference opponent.
Been a while.
Show me how many former Saban assistants beat him at home. And tell me who does it by double digits. Okay, that was something to feel good about, sir. This is a team that 2 years ago, Sark's team had a lot of leads and blew them in the fourth quarter. Okay, Saturday night, as well as Texas has played, fourth quarter, they scored a touchdown. Alabama takes the lead. There was some butts tight and off and everywhere else because of the history. Okay, here we go again. You're playing well, but now they're going to come get it. Going back to last year, they had the lead. They dominated the game. They lost in the fourth quarter. Texas dominated the fourth quarter. So much for 3 minutes left of the game. We're all on the sideline. Everybody's chanting Alabama so mad. They dominated the fourth. Texas was a better team. They were the more physical team. They were the more athletic team. And really, if 2 drop touchdown passes earlier, it probably would have been even a bigger blowout. So, yeah, Texas should feel good. It's still just one game. It's still 2 games into the season. I didn't like the fact that they were smoking cigars in the locker room.
What? I didn't know that.
Championship. You didn't know that?
No.
Quinn Ewers smoking cigars in the locker room.
You ain't Joe Burrow. Calm down, Quinn.
Joe Burrow. And, after he has a championship. But they enjoyed it. They moved on. You got
They better have moved on.
You enjoy it and move on. But yeah, they have a right to enjoy it, man.
Okay.
All the grief you guys have put on Texas. Texas back. Oh, Texas back. Texas ain't back. Texas ain't done nothing since Mac left. Texas.
No, they ain't.
Clarence is back, and he'll be back every Tuesday. Check all of his stuff at Fort Worth Star Telegram. Follow him on Twitter. If you're a Cowboy fan, you're already doing it. And if you're not, go ahead and jump on the boat. Hey, Clarence, thanks for stopping by, man. It's always a pleasure.
Hey, man, thank you, man. I want to say hi to all my people in San Antonio. Every Tuesday, listen to me.
Need to bring Clarence down. Go to Tony G's. Have some brunch. Hey, we got a lot to talk about in the college football world. Mel Tucker is living in limbo, but we all know how this ends. The college football top 25 out. Lots of other news coming out, and we'll catch all the news that is fit to print as we close down the 4 hours of R&R. Hold on tight. We got so much to do in so little time. Coming back, talking some college football. We'll be right back here on 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star. I'm getting ready to go for my annual physical for my old body. And, I talk about the Institute for Functional Health a lot about with my wellness program that I've been on with with him for so long, down 70 pounds. The story's well known. Did you know they're also a full-service medical provider? Their general practitioner will offer you full physicals and everything you want from a GP, and I'm going in next week for that. You know, that's why I love going to the Institute for Functional Health. Dr. Torres has a full-service setup there. It is a place to be, and I use that in all caps. You got people there losing weight and get people there rehabbing, and you got people there just going to see their doctor, and that's what the Institute for Functional Health has been for me. It is my one-stop shop for health. Now, I first went and met Dr. Torres about 6 years ago, weighing nearly 300 pounds, and the first thing we had to do was get some weight off. You know, he's been so successful with guys like me because he combines things that are proven that we know will work to lose weight. It's not miracle diets. It's not fad stuff. It's the stuff that you know will work. And then he combined that with a little bit of chemistry and a little bit of psychology, and all that combined means success. And I'm not alone. Thousands come through the Institute for Functional Health losing weight. Now, the best way to resolve is to realize or hit bottom that you're just not going to get any better, or to talk with the doc himself. You know, even if you're only a little overweight and just a little out of shape, a couple of things can genuinely affect the outcome of your life. I'm going to live a longer life because of Dr. Torres. I know that for a fact. If you've resolved, if it's time for you to lose weight, I want you to call him, find out why he has been so successful and why people stay with him for so long. I'm going up on 7 years working with Dr. Torres, and I continue to lose weight, and I feel healthier today than I did yesterday. Call him. The number's 210-468-1891. The website is iffhealth.com. Listen to me. If it is time for you to lose weight, know this. You have a team behind you that has been successful with a lot of folks that are cantankerous and hard-headed like me. But he convinced me, he taught me, he showed me how to lose weight, get healthy, and stay that way. And I have not wavered. Call him today, change your life. And I know the IFF. You're going to be thanking him later.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Sunday, it's the Cowboys and Jets at 2:30 p.m.
Deep down the right side. Oh, it's caught at the 45, 40, Pollard, 20, 10, Pollard. Good night, nurse.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
I know a lot of you really want the State Farm personal price plan, but what's with the oversharing? Like this message Mateo left.
Jake from State Farm, you should know orange juice commercials make me cry. I feel bad for the oranges.
You don't need to get that personal. The State Farm personal price plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Imagine getting an impressive cash offer on your home and then selling it for more. Yeah, that happens all the time with Orchard. Getting paid more than you thought is Orchard's goal, even in this market. It's simple. Orchard sells homes faster and for more money, with the majority of homes selling in under 30 days. That's right, under 30 days. And Orchard handles everything, including paint, repair, list, and showing your home. And they'll make your listing stand out with price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost to you. And here's my favorite part. You just relax as Orchard and their expert agents do all the work, bringing buyers to you by prepping and promoting your home. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Let Orchard help maximize your sale price. Look, with so many companies trying to lowball you, Orchard works hard to get you top dollar. Want to sell your home for more? I sure would. Learn how to maximize your sale price and get a free valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters, has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1 month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam Club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Make your car go thump, 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 mother thump with one of our subwoofers, stereos, backup cameras, name brands, and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mother's and save!
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. You may no longer be a husband, but you'll always be a dad. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's San Antonio area attorneys. Offices in San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
When my daughter gets a cold, I have a secret weapon. DayQuil Kids Berry from Vicks. DayQuil Kids is specially formulated to treat kids' most bothersome cold and cough symptoms quickly. And the best part is that DayQuil Kids Berry tastes really great. Aren't you supposed to be resting? Maybe.
DayQuil Kids Berry. The kids' berrylicious daytime congestion, coughing, stuffy head, stuffy nose, just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6 years plus.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code JOY at checkout. That's harrys.com, code JOY. Enjoy.
Football season means grilling season, and Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks is your one stop for all your tailgating and home gating needs. With one of the best grilling sections, Five Oaks Ace Hardware has a huge selection of Traeger, Weber, Big Green Egg, and Blackstone, plus all your grill accessory needs with over 300 spices and rubs, over 20 brands of charcoal, wood chips, pellets, and everything you need for tailgating or home gating. Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks near Jones Maltzberger.
Having pain like that and not knowing how you caused it and for how long it's lasting, it's debilitating.
QC Kinetics patient Diane Richardson hated not being able to live her life to the fullest due to joint pain. But then she called QC Kinetics, where regenerative treatments helped her pain go away.
The result was phenomenal.
QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using natural biologics to restore and repair damaged joint tissue.
This was a great alternative for me as opposed to going in and possibly having surgery or something else. There was no downtime, and that's what I loved. My life is too busy for me to be sidelined.
If you're tired of constant pain from arthritis or injury, don't think the old treatments are the only treatments. Discover regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics.
Just to feel good and know that I'm out of pain is the best thing ever. I'm able to do everything that I want to do.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 6:45 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
Do you like a certain amount of chaos?
Conflict is good.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess I do. I like healthy chaos. I don't like the BS.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Of course, Cowboys talk continues after that 40-0 win over the Giants. Shireen Williams joins us at 5:15. We'll talk Texans with the great Indy Kalua. The Blitz starts at 2. Hey, Rudy, feeling better about those Bears yet?
The Baylor Bears or the Chicago Bears? Either one is
pick
no.
one, Rudy. You can have either one. Take them both.
No, I'm not, Jason. No, I'm not. I don't know why Shireen Williams would want to talk football with those yahoos.
Mother football.
She knows too much about football to be talking with those yahoos.
Those boys went bowling last night.
Yeah, Joe bowled in a 73 with the bumpers. I'm told Joe had the bumpers up and still bowled under 100.
What was he rolling? A 6-pounder? Maybe
probably
an 8-pounder? One of those pink ones?
The pink highlighter 6-pounder.
See, I will poke fun and make fun.
But you're not that good.
I'm a terrible bowler.
I'm a good bowler.
I'm not
gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm a solid bowler. And I bowl with the curve. I don't bowl the straight ball.
I don't want to curve. That's my problem. That's my problem. Yeah, last
That's what
night, good
she
deeds done
said.
by many, many people. Yeah. Out with the Salvation Army for their annual bowl-a-thon.
See, speaking of bowl-a-thon, I saw a certain quarterback.
Yeah, there's a picture that
for UTSA
with our
walking,
co-host standing next to Frank Harris
in a boot.
In a boot.
They got Army in 3 days.
See, he doesn't have to worry about that triple option. Just so you can go bowl and make some NIL. Let the DMs and the outside linebackers get prepared for the option that is coming. Speaking of it, we're going to be giving away some tickets to the Army game coming up this weekend. USAA, of course, a huge role in college football. The sponsor of America's game, Army Navy, and as Army comes to town, and give us a chance to scout out for that game coming up in December. That Rudy and I will certainly be there. And tomorrow, you're going to want to be here after 9:30. We got great tickets we're going to give away as Army comes to town to take on the victorious UTSA Roadrunners as they.
Why don't the badasses of all badasses have a football team?
Who's that?
The Marines.
They don't have a college.
I know. Why?
There's a lot of those guys are in the Marines, but it's a name.
It's kind of like I was like, I thought they should have their own thing. How are they the ones that are left out with no college and no basketball, no foot? Like how?
Because the Marines, they
got real work to do.
Well, yeah, they got work to do for one. And as an Air Force guy, I could make a lot of jokes. I was going to go someplace that I might have gone 30 years ago, but I won't talk about the intelligence quotient for a Marine. We won't go there.
Don't do that.
But I will say that those Marines are probably on the bomb squad, the kick teams. The hard hitting. Go get them. And as we talk college football, the world at Michigan State. Michigan State's had problems for a decade.
Yeah,
I mean, we can get into Larry Nasser and all of that. That's just an awful chapter. And
Izzo got to escape it all.
Izzo, who has been, thank goodness, he's there. I don't know what would happen to the Michigan State athletic program if Izzo wasn't there to be the anchor. Mel Tucker, recently of Colorado, spent a year there after a 5-7 record, signed a 10-year, $95 million contract just 2 years ago. Now, he hadn't been entirely successful at Michigan State.
Hadn't been awful, but haven't been successful.
Running about 500. Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult spin. He's been total 20 and 14 at Michigan State. Have you heard the story about this? So there's a woman that, quite frankly, I've interviewed. She is the leading Title IX advocate in the United States. She played sports. I want to say basketball at the University of Oregon.
Okay.
And went through a horrible incident where she was raped and has been an advocate for the Title IX for years. We've had her on the show, The Blitz, at least once, and travels the country, talking to football players, talking to universities about Title IX, the sanctity, and all the things that go along with women in sports. And she met Mel Tucker at a Michigan State event. Now, drop-off line is done, but there's some unfortunate admissions from Mel Tucker.
That they had a mutual adult relationship, according to him.
Not according to her.
According to her, it's something different.
And then there were some personal things that were done together with a phone. It's just an awful situation. There's three things in this story. One, I firmly believe if Mel Tucker had won 35 games, we wouldn't be having this discussion, I believe. Two, he is the dumbest individual on the planet.
Why?
Because if you're not winning, the safety you have is your whopping contract. Ask Jimbo.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So the only way they can extricate you is to fire you for cause. To get out of a $95 million contract for a coach that's barely around 500 and has not seen much success on a Big Ten that's getting bigger and thicker and better. And then you're overpaid and you're underwinning. And then of all the women in the world, the billions of women,
even if it was mutual. Even if it's mutual, it's dumb.
The one that you decided to have a relationship with.
If it's true, we don't know which side is it.
This is all alleged, but this is fact true. The one that you decided to have a relationship with, in the environment at Michigan State, who is coming over the cloud of Larry Nasser and the horrible abuse allegations that were proven true.
Right.
You chose to work at that institution and hoodwink them out of $100 million. And then the one woman you chose to have a relationship, and this is not alleged, you did, you have admitted, is the leading Title IX advocate in the country. Now, what happened after that is a matter of Title IX discussion.
Right.
And the crazy thing about it is everybody sees this situation and go, there's no way you can get back here. There's no way they're going to bring you back, but you can't be announced as fired because they can't fire you yet.
He's suspended right now without pay.
Yeah, he's floating in this nebulous without pay kind of thing, and they're going to have a Title IX hearing coming up, which will be the next step. But Mel Tucker's gone. It's over. And anything you hear from him now is to fight to save what little he can from this contract.
So I mean, when I look back at my man's name, Ime, and now I'm looking at Mel, if there's no criminal, so now you're fired for having affairs.
Well, this one isn't just about an affair. This was she's saying that he kind of creeped up on her. This isn't about just an extramarital affair. She was saying she was harassed in some way or form.
Well, his words are different.
Yeah, that's why this is all alleged at this point. That's the conversation we're having. My point of view on this is, of all the women in the world.
Yeah,
I mean, you picked the leading advocate of the very thing that you are breaking, allegedly.
Right. Allegedly.
So that's one head coach story. And speaking of dark clouds in college football programs, there's been an Art Briles sighting.
Mm-hmm.
He was seen up in Norman.
Of course.
For those of you unaware, Jeff Lebby is the offensive coordinator for the University of Oklahoma. His wife is
Art
Briles' daughter.
Right.
So he is the son-in-law of Art Briles and an offensive coordinator at that. And to make things even weirder, Brent Venables is the head coach there. It's been a tough transition since Lincoln left.
It's starting to feel a little like Rich Rodriguez at Michigan.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like Rich went up there trying to be high octane, and they're like, what are you doing? And I think Venables coming off of Stoops and Lincoln, it's like, what is this slow it down, play defense stuff? We don't do that here at Oklahoma.
We throw for touchdowns.
Right.
We give quarterbacks Heismans here. We don't give linemen Butkus awards. We give Heismans to quarterbacks.
Right.
So there is a contingent of the OU staff that's looking at what has been they win games, but not pretty. Need to spice up the offense. And Art Briles suddenly shows up at the end of the game standing on the field. Now, that's what happened. Now, it's what happened afterward that really, so everybody saw Art Briles with the OU types. And of course, the social medias took off. Everybody saw it.
Is that Art Briles?
Art Briles, yada, offense. And then there's what happened at Baylor. Levy, this was, and
go ahead, give your Oliver Stone.
Is the AD.
Okay.
It came out at 11 o'clock at night, and by one newspaper writer's account, this is the latest Castiglione has ever reached out to the press after a game for anything over his 20 years at OU. He reached out and said, "There's nothing to see here, and if I'd have known that Briles was here, we would have made sure he wasn't." He didn't know he was here. Venables was mute about it, though he's probably a little upset. And then there's the Levy-Art Briles connection. They are floating Art Briles to be what Sark was at Bama.
Or what Gary Patterson was at DT.
All of those dudes that had to be rehabbed started out as a consultant. And OU, I promise you, was flying that kite in the storm. Just trying to see if that kite would get struck by lightning. And guess what?
It got struck. Art's really death penalty. It's starting to feel like Art's death penalty because every time he steps anywhere near a football team, everybody goes crazy and he ends up gone. So it's starting to feel like he's just never going to recover from this.
And I don't think he should. I don't know. I'm all about forgiveness and moving on.
But then there's the but.
But this is one of those when whether you knew or you shouldn't have known or all that, I just don't think you can ever bring him back to a college campus. Now, I will say, if I'm an XFL owner, if I'm a USFL owner, Art Briles would be on my list. I think we've had enough time.
Well, now with Levy, as a married man, my wife says, "Hey, you think you can have my dad on the sideline to kind of start this rehab process for my dad?" As a married man, do you tell your wife, No, baby, I can't be seen next to your dad?
Well, he came, he's my grandfather, his grandfather to my kids.
What I'm saying? Like, as a married man, what do you say to honey?
No, baby, we can't.
You got to tell her?
No, baby, we can't. I mean, Art Briles knows who he is. He knew
See, this is the
exactly
thing,
who
though.
he was when he walked on
I
that
blame
field.
Art more than I
Yes.
blame Lebby, because Lebby's like, yo, dude, you're my father-in-law. You're my wife's dad. I gotta go with you in the foxhole. But Art shouldn't even put you in that situation.
Exactly. Only way he does it is if everybody involved knew.
Dude, you gonna tell me Venables and the AD didn't know? Stop it. Like, you don't just get down on the field. Now, I'm not saying, like, I mean, look at Colorado game. Now, I'm sure the Colorado AD doesn't know every rapper and entertainer that was on the Colorado sideline. But if Art Briles is on your sideline, you know. Lebby don't hold enough weight to just say, hey, man, I'm going to sneak you
Come
on.
on in. Nobody will notice.
No.
So
somebody must have been drunk.
And I think that there's no, I mean, I'm not God. I can't forgive everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is one of those, that whole
It's
Baylor,
starting to feel like a death penalty.
and I think it's well worth it. I don't think I just can't see him on a college campus, but I am getting to the point where I'm like, I think
pro level.
Time served, man. We put you in purgatory for 5-6 years now. We took you off of a Baylor program that you had rebuilt and turned into something special. And then you did some awful things. Or
knew about some awful things that you
Right.
didn't report.
By either omission or commission, horrible things happened when you were around.
Yeah.
But I just can't see it, especially the proximity. Norman's only 4 hours north of Waco. If you're going to do it again, you better be northeast, northwest. You better be far, far away.
Yeah, and far, far away. So again, like I said, someone must have been drunk, and that's why Texas Cheer Liquor takes pride in offering extensive selections of premium spirits, beer, and wine. The shelves stay stocked with the latest and greatest in craft brews, top shelf allocated bourbons, smooth tequila, and everything in between, making them the ultimate destination for all of your liquor needs. It is a family-owned business, and the friendly and knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide expert advice on any bottle for any occasion. Check it all out for yourself at TexasCheerLiquor.com, where it's not just cheers, it's Texas Cheer.
We're almost done with 4 hours of fun. If you missed any of today,
and I mean any
of it, make sure you're going to sasportsstore.com. We call it the Audio Vault. It's brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. If we set it live, it's always right there all day, all the way. Today, the Blitz gets going at 2. We got Mother Football coming by. And Mr. Real Estate of the Harris County, Indy Kaloo, as they look at the Texans and what was a solid outing on Sunday.
No, they look bad.
Well,
I'm getting a free lunch from James. Texans ain't winning no damn 6 games. Appreciate you, Pledge.
Hey, the Cowboys are off today, but we got you covered completely all afternoon long.
Yeah, we do.
You ready for a nice, cool afternoon?
Is it going to be? Well, you know what? Mid-90s, I'll take it. Let's do it.
Well, let's hit the streets and go have some fun. The quick reminder, get yourself signed up for our golf tournament. We're dancing around this, and we had several sign up tomorrow. We're now under 20. We're running out of space. Go to sasportstar.com for all the details. We really don't have much room. We're only 3 weeks away from Olympia Hills. It's one of the best events of the year, and if you're not going to be there, FOMO, baby. FOMO. Make sure you are there. Get yourself signed up. Go to SA Sports Star today. Rudy and I got some work to do. We will see you mañana.
It's R&R in the morning. Follow Rob at Rob Thompson ES.